All right, Ron, this is your big chance here. Let's go to the Lake Charles Toyota sideline report. Give us the best dog description you got.
Dr. Wilder has just given me $10 to go out and tackle the dog. I'm holding out for 20. Here we go.
And the dog has run from the south end zone to the north end zone.
Good evening. Good evening. Thank you much. Excuse me. I got word salad already. Thank you so much for tuning in to SheLovesThee Podcast. I know, like, did Grambling just really do that? Did they just, that was Grambling. That was not us. So yeah. SWAC West predictions tonight. We did it on Saturday. For those of you that didn't tune in, I've been chopping it up. Like, each school, I'll chop up the different predictions. And so then make sure you go ahead and check that out, because the actual live in totality is long. It's really long. And if you don't want to sit there for 4 hours, you can go check out the chopped up pieces. If you want to get on the panel and be a part of sharing your expert opinion, please feel free to hit the link. Everybody is invited, with the exception of Coach Green. Sorry, Coach. Everybody else, we would love to have you on here, because I'm going to just be real with you. When I was looking, I was like, dang, where's all SWAC West is, it's open season. Open season. It's open season over there. So I'm so excited. Yeah, we can't get Coach Green up on here with his opinions. Here, let me play this, because when Mr. Ford, if Mr. Ford decides to join us tonight, I don't want him to think that Coach Green is on here. So let me go ahead and play this disclaimer. Please don't come into any of my panels DMs trying to fight or argue about their opinions. It's just an opinion. It's fun. I happen to be an expert on SWAC football predictions. I'm an expert at it. So I'm going to use my expertise.
It's just opinion. That's all it is. It's just opinion. It's just opinion.
Don't be getting your panties in a bunch now, okay? Don't be getting it. And we don't need nobody know the Ed Reeds of the world. We're just going to talk about the SWAC West. Let me go ahead and introduce some of my panel members that have decided to come and fellowship tonight and give us insight, on how they feel the SWAC West will shape up. We have the arbiter of truth of, the number one public HBCU, owner of I Weave Hair, none other than Bishop Campbell. I don't have all those I'm gonna just give you a round of applause. There you go. I don't have none of the little side effects and stuff like that, sound effects.
Well, that's
Thank
so crazy.
you so much for joining us.
Well, I greet you with 237 different greetings.
And we appreciate every 237 of them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Next
absolutely.
To the panel is this was my co-host when I started out podcasting, and so it's great to see none other than Doc Holliday of HBCU Overdrive. He's going to join us, and anybody else that would like to join. Hey, Doc.
What it do, everybody?
We can ready to get this thing rolling.
Oh, yeah.
We got an order of it, So here's how it's gonna work. The first thing we're gonna do is predicted order of finish of all the schools. Then after that, we're gonna break down each of their schedules, and you're gonna tell us the wins and the losses. Mm-hmm. It's probably not gonna be 4 hours, but I'm gonna tell you right now, some of the video that I found, ooh wee. It was just looking up on the West.
Did you find the videos that we said, like the one we was telling you about the other day?
Here, I'll do the first one. Y'all let me know if you can. This is like just a pre-opening. Can anybody tell me what field this is and what type of animal it is? Just to start.
All right, Ron, this is your big chance here. Let's go to the Lake Charles Toyota sideline report. Give us the best dog description you got.
Dr. Wilder has just given me $10 to go out and tackle the dog. I'm holding out for 20.
Here we go. And the dog has run from the south end zone to the.
What is that? Is that a dog?
That was a dog.
It looked like a deer, bruh. a mix between a deer and a zebra.
That was a mutt.
Okay, but why is it on the field like that?
It's trying to find its way home.
Ain't that the reservation?
Yeah, I guess it was trying to find its way back to Port Gibson.
I thought y'all said there wasn't nothing out there but woods and then the school.
Somebody's hunting dog. Somebody's hunting dog.
Oh Lord, they got stray dogs out there on the field. Ooh, Jesus. I should have invited G tonight, but he's just so biased. Lord, I should have invited G to tell us about Alcorn. But okay, Mr. Campbell, I'm gonna have you go first. Can you go ahead and SWAC West is not like the SWAC East. They're not like us.
That
right?
would be true.
Would you agree?
Oh no, well, no, absolutely. All the talent's in the East. All the talent, the quarterbacks, other than Miles Crawley, who's at Grambling, which to me makes Grambling a very interesting team. I think once again the West is going to be, you look at their records. I think Alcorn was 6-2 in the conference. Prairie View was 6-2. Southern was 5-3. Grambling was 4-4. And Grambling was, like I say, was really should have been a better team than last year. So they should have probably won 6 games. And then of course you got Texas Southern and Arkansas Pine Bluff. That probably will be Alabama A&M. But we'll see on that. But I think the West is wide open. But I still got to go with that man that played for the Miami Hurricanes, that coaches at Prairie View. And I think Prairie View, once again, I think they have consistency. I think they know what it takes to win. And I think they're just going to have just a little bit more talent than everybody else. And Alcorn, losing Fred McNair, I have not heard enough about how important that is. I mean, Fred McNair is a good coach.
Mm-hmm.
And, I haven't heard, it's like, oh, Fred McNair is gone. That's a big loss. That is a really big loss for Alcorn, for who he was and what he means to the school. And frankly, him just knowing the conference. So I don't, again, I think there's going to be a learning curve, in that situation with Alcorn and Southern. Like I said, I'm just not sold on Southern. I'm not sold on Southern. I refuse to be. And then Texas.
Okay, so you have Prairie View in first.
Yeah, I've got Prairie View. I got Prairie View first. I've got Grambling second. I've got Alcorn third. I've got Southern fourth. I've got Texas Southern fifth and Arkansas Pine Bluff pulling up the rear.
Okay. Not bad at all. It's interesting to note that 4 of these teams have brand new head coaches. Grambling with Mickey Joseph. Southern has Coach Terrence Graves. Texas Southern has Coach Chris Dishman. Alcorn has head coach Cedric Thomas, right?
Yep.
So that's why it's kind of like, wow. And a lot of people were laughing at Jackson State because they went 7-4. They're at the helm of the first, TC's first year as head coach, but not too many coaches outside in all of HBCUs were able to get 7 wins with a head coach and it being their first year. Learning curve, like you said.
Yeah, I think anybody didn't think TC Taylor didn't do a job with Jackson State with that team. And again, we just got to acknowledge what it was. That was a big upheaval with the talent and players that left. And he kept, he righted the ship because I've seen situations like that those teams can turn around and go 1-10, but he held the fort. And, so like I said, I wasn't shocked by that. Like I said, I think, again, people know that TC loves Jackson State. And I think as Michigan, Bo Schembechler said, Jackson State needs a Jackson State man. And he's a Jackson State man.
So did FAMU have a big upheaval?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely we did. I mean, when you lose the best coach in the SWAC, I mean, in the talent, absolutely. But I think what we have, because I think what a lot of people misunderstand, we still got a lot of the coaches that are still there and understand the program. And I like the fact that the players said, this is a guy that can lead us. So they were already bought in to Coach Cozy. So I think that gives Coach Cozy a leg up compared to what was going to happen when our AD was thinking about bringing somebody from the outside, which we probably would have had 80 people in the portal.
Oh,
So I think Coach Kors is going to, do an excellent job. And I think, like I say, his recruiting is shown. And I think, like I say, the guys are practicing. And, the guys that left, we kind of expect them to leave because they had the opportunity to go to FCS. So that's not shocking. I mean, and great for those players. But no, I think we're going to be in good shape.
Doc, so I just had up Mr. Campbell's order of finish, and I would like to hear your order of finish. What you got?
So this might knock you, but I might give a slight edge to Alcorn to finish first in the West. So I got Alcorn finishing first, Prairie View second, Grambling third.
Wait. You said you got Alcorn taking first,
Mm-hmm.
Prairie View taking second.
Yep. Grambling third.
What?
I have Southern number 4. I have Pine Bluff 5 and Texas Southern last place in the West. I feel like because of the late hire for TSU, for the pieces that they lost, I don't see them doing anything until after maybe in the next year or two.
Dang.
Give them 2 years.
So
Prairie View issue is who is the quarterback. That's my issue. That's who. This is the blaring question that we want to ask ourselves: who is Prairie View's quarterback? But with Alcorn, we kind of seen what Tyler Maker can do for a little bit, but we know
he got about Tyler Macon. Are you talking about Alcorn Tyler?
Mm-hmm.
I think I only seen him play one game, right? Southern Miss.
Right, but I think maybe he probably improved. But then too, Alcorn brings back majority of their team. And then again, you got a head coach that knows what he's doing in Cedric Thomas. So it's gonna come down between Alcorn and Prairie View, with a slight edge going to Alcorn. Prairie View has to advance the loss of the State Fair Classic against Grambling. We just don't know what happened. And that's my order prediction.
Well, look, I'm going to just be real with you. When I think about the SWAC West for the last couple of years, it's literally been the battle of the worst, or the battle of who can mess up towards the end of the season. It always ends up that way. You'll have a team losing to an unexpected team. Last year, you had Alcorn losing to Texas Southern. I'm talking about whoop straight. I don't even know what happened. Like, I'm still in shock. So Alcorn got whooped like bad by Texas Southern. And then that's how they dropped out of first place. The year before that, did Prairie View lose to Valley that year too? Or was that the year before?
What was that?
Didn't Prairie View lose to Valley?
That was a couple years ago.
Right, but they were basically in first place.
Yeah, that was 2 years ago. They was in first place.
And they faltered.
Pretty much.
And, Southern is just, well, you know how that goes. They're just Southern. So for me, I think that with all these new coaches, it's definitely going to be interesting. We have Chris Dishman, who came in, like you said, he came in late. But you know what? I'm going to pull out, I'm going to be different than everybody else. I don't want to say that Prairie View is just going to take it away. I'm going to say it's a tie between Grambling for first. So Grambling, just because of Mickey Joseph's recruiting, his coaching staff, I'm going to put him at first. And then Prairie View at second. Southern is going to be at third. Alcorn going to be fourth. UAPB fifth, and like you said, Texas Southern at sixth. So let's go ahead and take a look at Prairie View and Southern. I hear an echo. Is that you, Doc, echoing? Let me see. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys a fair warning so that my stuff doesn't get flagged, because for some reason my stuff got flagged the other day. I'm getting ready to play a friendly tussle between Prairie View and Southern, and it's just it's just a little friendly tussle. Nothing. Please don't flag my live for violence. Please don't do that. It is not that serious. You don't have to flag it for violence. Let's see. I'm not trying to get flagged, y'all. Probably the cussing also. So I will say this. When it comes to East versus West, I don't think that there's much of a competition when the West is playing the East teams. Which, Mr. Campbell, didn't you say that it's half a game when they play the East, the same way it was?
Yeah. Well, basically, because a loss in your division basically costs you more than a loss in the cross division. So that's why people say a whole game, quote unquote, versus a half game. But it still matters.
Well, last year Southern got to play us, and it was a non-conference. So is it still a non-conference game?
Well, no. Yeah, well, no, we're not talking about games that are non-conference. Like the games, like you guys play Grambling. That's a non-conference game, right?
Oh, it is.
Play Grambling this. Yeah, you play Grambling, and I think you play Southern. I think both of those are non-conference games, are they not?
Oh, well, that's good for
because your cross match game has got to be. You play Texas Southern, right?
Yep.
So that's one cross match. Alcorn is your permanent cross match, and then do you guys play UAPB this year?
That's our homecoming.
Well, there you go. That's UAPB is your homecoming.
Yeah, we made sure to schedule somebody that we.
Well, that's your 3 conference West games.
We made sure to schedule somebody that we felt like, you know how you schedule like just a team that you know you're gonna beat, so you don't get embarrassed. Because we got embarrassed for our homecoming, and so I guess to keep from that happening again. All right. I cannot find this fight between Prairie View and Southern. It's like they don't want me to show it.
Yeah, it's kind of like us scheduling Texas Southern for homecoming.
Oh. Well, it's an upgrade from when you guys were scheduling people that weren't even in any type of non-conference. What was it? Not even NAIA? So you don't.
Y'all play Delta State and y'all play Edwin Waters.
We have not played Delta State since COVID years. Stop it.
Wait, you acting like that was 10 years ago.
You literally scheduled a D2 team and then a team that ain't even anything.
No,
High school team,
well, listen, this is because South Carolina State dropped out. They dipped on us.
AD said that that's not true. Well, she
she can say that why she ain't there no more. So she can say that.
Congratulations to her for
oh, she's at another school, right?
Morgan. Now.
Yeah, congratulations to AD Campbell. I'm just teasing. AD's just good people. It doesn't matter. We won all our SWAC games. That's what we got paid to do. So that's all that counts.
Oh Lord, you and we get paid to win SWAC games. Please stop saying that. Don't be copying off of no, you do not. You get paid for winning out of conference too.
We get paid to win SWAC games.
All right. So this is how the SWAC West is about to be. Open season. Nobody wins. Just over here pushing on each other. You know that man who teaches defense? Do you know who I'm talking about? He's from Detroit. This is the Detroit defense. And he was shoving people in a circle.
I just realized who you're talking about. Yeah, I've seen that video. Yeah, I just realized what you're talking about.
Defense.
Yeah.
That's how the SWAC West about to be. Oh Lord. Okay. So we have a new Arsenal in the chat. Okay, y'all. We got a new Arsenal. Is it Arsenal? Is it Arsenal? Okay, we have a new Arsenal. So I was talking mess about his cousin, and so then he came back around, and now he's in the chat. So we might have to explain to Arsenal how we get down over here. I want to show that.
Boy, I'm saying some of these Texas Southern people have come out in force, boy. Listen,
they came out in full force.
Man, listen, all two of them are talking big noise about Texas Southern. And next thing you know, Megan Thee Stallion gonna be in the chat.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, Texas Southern represent that double deuce. Okay, I see y'all.
Okay, Third Ward Tigers in the house then.
Man,
Listen, they need to be recruiting out of that third ward.
Listen, they got on that group chat. It was 5 of them, and 2 of them said they could show up. The other 3 said they can't make it.
Oh my God!
Way to go, Texas! Good support. Outstanding.
They say they don't like playing in the little old soccer stadium.
Okay, so yeah, you're gonna have to explain it to Mr. Arsenal about how we get down in the chat. But yeah, this is the SWAC West this season.
And then try to attack you.
This is the SWAC West.
And you try to back up. This is what's gonna happen. As you try to back up, you're gonna get swarmed and you're still gonna be dominated and you're gonna move. What you should do is this. As you can see, you move your
Well, we ain't got no sense whatsoever.
So I hate to be the bearer of bad news. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. But boy, that is how the SWAC West finna be this season. So for all of you newbies in the chat, this is how we get down. Get it how you live now. All right.
Hey T, can I say something? I just got a report from my timeline. For those that are avid baseball fans like myself, I just got news and I just got word that Hall of Famer Willie Mays just passed away just now, and he was 93.
Oh my goodness!
Wow.
Yeah.
The Say Hey Kid.
Mm-hmm.
Willie Mays was considered the first 5'2" player, and still, to most people that watch baseball, the greatest baseball player ever. That is an amazing, coming out of Negro League, playing for the New York Giants and San Francisco Giants. And when you're talking about a giant in baseball, and you're talking about black, when you know they say that Mount Rushmore for especially the older people. Oh yeah. When baseball was something, so you're talking Willie Mays, you're talking Jackie Robinson, you're talking Hank Aaron, you're talking Bob Gibson. These are people, and I'm talking about these are people that played in Major League. I'm not going back to Cool Papa Bell and those guys, but I'm talking about the integrated and things like that. And Willie Mays literally was one of my grandmother's heroes. So, like I say, that is just utterly, you know. But Willie, again, lived a full life. He was so well respected. And again, you will definitely see a lot talked about on sports about Willie Mays, because Willie Mays, there was no player, honestly, during this time that was greater than Willie Mays.
Yeah. And he is the godfather of Barry Bonds. So.
Okay, so I'm gonna just take this little time out just to read this. Willie Mays, baseball's electrifying Say Hey Kid, dies at 93. Recently, in the past week, they did announce that they are going to be importing all of the Negro Leagues stats into the MLB, if I remember correctly.
That is correct.
Let me see. Yes, so the MLB is adding Negro League stats. It gives Black players long overdue credit. The Major League Baseball, and this was literally not even, I think it was yesterday. They've officially added player stats from the Negro League to its historical record. It's a move that allows Black players' contributions to be credited alongside their white counterparts. Previously, Negro League players were omitted from these archives, meaning the records they set were not acknowledged by the MLB, essentially erasing their successes. The change incorporates Negro League's players' stats from a time when baseball was still segregated and Black players were barred from playing in the major leagues. Following the addition, Black athletes from the Negro Leagues now hold several records, including the highest career batting average, .372, held by former Homestead Grays player Josh Gibson. This decision marks a major step in commemorating and honoring the gameplay of 2,300 players in the Negro Leagues, and it's long overdue. So this just happened right before, of course, Willie Mays passed away. You said that he did this afternoon? Doc, you said this afternoon?
That was just probably about just recently, so probably like earlier this evening.
Okay. Willie Mays opened his big league career with a confidence-rattling 0-for-12 stretch before finally blasting a home run off Warren Spahn early in 1951. I'll never forgive myself, Spahn later joked. We might have gotten rid of Willie forever if I'd only struck him out. Instead, to the delight of everyone except opposing pitchers, Mays' home run atop the left field roof at the Polo Grounds served as a warning blast for one of the longest and most exhilarating careers in baseball history. Mays, who died Tuesday at the age of 93, still represents the gold standard for an all-around ball player and might do so forever. He could hit, run, field, and throw with equal aplomb. If he could cook, I'd marry him, manager Leo DeRocher once said. No cause of death was listed. San Francisco Giants announced of Mays' passing Tuesday evening. My father passed away peacefully and among loved ones, Michael Mays said as part of Giants' announcement. I want to thank you from the bottom of my broken heart for your unwavering love you've shown him over the years. You have been his life's blood. Beyond his skills and his gaudy stats, Mays brought an irresistible ebullience to the diamond. The Say Hey Kid performed with a showman's flair, making basket catches in center field, taking daring chances on the base paths, winning 4 home run crowns, 12 Gold Glove awards, and laughing all along with the gleeful high-pitched voice. That's what his idea was to please the crowd. The late Giants reliever Stu Miller observed. Mays even wore a cap one size too large to ensure that it would fly off cinematically whenever he darted across the field. With his incandescent style, Mays forever made the game look fun, whether it was dazzling in a Giants uniform or playing stickball with the kids on St. Nicholas Avenue and 155th Street in his Harlem neighborhood, sometimes on the same day. As Dodger executive Branch Rickey once said, Mays' greatest attribute was the frivolity in his bloodstream that doubles his strength with laughter. Oh, man.
You know, hey, Timon, let me just add one quick thing, which for a lot of people that are baseball fans, they were, and this is what's so, well, I'm going to say unfortunate because Willie Mays lived such an amazing long life. They were having, which they're doing right now, but the main game they're having at Rickwood Field, which is in Birmingham, Alabama, home of the Birmingham Black Bears that Willie Mays actually played in. And the San Francisco Giants and the St. Louis Cardinals were going to play on Thursday. And I'm pretty sure if Willie had been up straight, they would have had him there. So unfortunately, he did not get to see this legacy game that he basically built that legacy of the Birmingham Black Bears. So I know he's going to be amazingly honored during that game, like I said, on Thursday. And if any of you all get a chance, I just to see the pageantry that's going to happen in that game and learn a little bit of Black history, because one thing about it, I want to say, I'm going to do Mr. Ford for the young people. Major League Baseball was a catalyst to the civil rights movement. It wasn't basketball. It wasn't football. It was baseball that opened up a lot of doors that helped spur on the civil rights movement. And because of the Negro Leagues, and then people like Willie Mays and Hank Aaron and people like that, Jackie Robinson. So again, I want all of you all to take the time, learn a little bit of your history and see how important baseball, Black baseball history, has affected all of our lives.
Just in conclusion, he spent 23 seasons in the majors, batting .301 with 660 home runs, 339 stolen bases, and 3,293 hits. He won 2 NL MVP awards, a number that looks like an injustice through the retroactive lens of modern analytics. By WAR, Mays was the best player in the National League 9 times.
And remember, I'm gonna say you something. He is one of 4 players to hit for 50 home runs and steal 20 bases in a season.
Oh wow. So, condolences to Willie Mays. Thank you, Mr. Campbell, for your insight on the history of Willie Mays and the impact that Black players had on moving the civil rights movement. Dang, I don't even want to be petty right now. All right, let me pull up. Who y'all want to do first? Let me see. You picked Prairie View, so we're going to do Prairie View's schedule first. Make me not even want to be petty right now. All right, so Prairie View, of course, the SWAC West winner last year. And unfortunately, it was kind of like a cakewalk for FAMU. Why do you think it was because it was at the home, or were you guys just that much better?
You talking about the SWAC championship?
last year, like y'all got. I mean, they had already played y'all once, and it didn't.
Oh, you talking about at our homecoming? Yeah, because we played them homecoming, and then we played them. We just had that FAMU team was one of the best FAMU teams. It was loaded. So again, Prairie View had holes, and again, that FAMU team was, like I said, it's going to go down in one of the top 20 FAMU teams of all time. So we just caught them at the right time. So that's, like I said, I know they're going to look for payback when we go back out there to out to Prairie View. But nah, we just had a really good team. Absolutely.
Not for noting, in 2025, Prairie View plays Rice. In 2028, you guys are Prairie View is going to be playing Arizona. Wow. All right, let me pull this up. I have a whole other segment that I want to talk about, but I ain't going to do that. Dang, Mary just keep getting recruits. Mary ain't no slouch. All right, your go, Mr. Campbell.
Oh, okay. So I'm looking at their schedule, and I want to make sure. There we go. So Texas Southern and Prairie View. This was supposed to be the Andrew Body game, the revenge game. He's not there anymore. Prairie View by a whole lot on that one. So I definitely got them winning.
This is the Labor Day Classic, right?
Yeah, this is the Labor Day Classic. That is correct. That is the Labor Day Classic. So yeah, so
they were talking. I remember at SWAC Media Day, I had a chance to interview Andrew Body, and I also had a chance to interview some of the Prairie View players, and they were very adamant about this Labor Day Classic setting the tone for the season. This is basically the game that's supposed to set the tone for the season. So basically, what you're saying is Prairie View is after blood.
Well, and think about that. And Doc, correct me if I'm wrong. Is this the game that Andrew got hurt in, and he tried to play another game, and then they shut him down?
I thought it was the next game that he got.
It was the next game.
Yeah.
But to that point, it was a divergence of a season because they wanted to win this game. This was a big game. They lost a close game because Prairie View came back, if you guys remember. Came back, won the game. Andrew gets hurt the next week, to your point. And then Texas Southern's season went off the rails. And Prairie View ends up being West champs. And Damon says, yeah, he got hurt in the fourth quarter. So that's what I thought. So again, one game starting off the season can, like I say, look, because they were thinking, because remember, going into the season, Texas Southern had really, really high hopes on what they were going to do. They were talking about winning the West.
It's the same, and this is not any type of shade, but the sentiments of Texas Southern is the same sentiments that they have at Alabama State this year.
That is true. It's
like basically you transplant all the talk, the bigging up of it, you just take whatever everybody was saying about Texas Southern and how this was going to be their breakout year, and you place it over at Alabama State. So that's what I say when I say that Andrew Body has a lot riding on this, and there's a lot of people that you're essentially hanging your hat on your quarterback, because as we know, quarterback play determines who wins. I mean, defense, the defense, but having a stable quarterback is one of the most essential parts that separates the teams from each other. So you got Prairie View winning that one.
Yeah, I got Prairie View winning that one.
I think so you got Prairie View. Okay, what about Northwestern? Let me look up Northwestern. I think Northwestern I think Grambling beat Northwestern last year, if I remember right.
And if I remember correctly, didn't Northwestern, they were supposed to play last year and something happened to the game? My Prairie View people can remember. I don't know why that's popping up in my head. But I'm going. That's going to be an interesting game.
They were 7th in the Southland. Nothing about that should be interesting.
Yeah, let me say what I mean by that's going to be an interesting game, because that's one of those out of conference games when we look at, right?
Oh,
because
wait.
that's what
Northwestern State is the one.
Yeah,
that racism. Is that the one?
No, you're talking about Northwestern Chicago.
No, Northwestern. It looked like they canceled the rest of their season or something.
Oh, that's what happened. They canceled.
I want to see what happened at Northwestern State football. I want to say something bad happened there, and they ended up canceling their season.
No.
Well,
I don't know. No, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I just remember. I don't know why. I just know that I don't think they played that game, and maybe that's why it's triggering me of why they didn't play that game, because of something that you're talking about now. Oh, okay.
It said Northwestern State University canceled the remainder of its 2023 football season on October 26, 2023, citing the mental health and well-being of its student athletes. This decision came after the shooting death of junior safety Ronald Caldwell, who was a beloved member of the community. Okay, so there was some type of shooting, but something else happened before that. So that's what happened. So one of their players was shot and killed, and then for mental health reasons, they decided to cancel the season. And Northwestern got a new head coach. So I'm thinking, you go ahead and let me know. It said the coach quit as well. I know there was something else happened besides that. And they're just trying to do that. But I want to say something else happened at Northwestern State before that young man died. Something else happened, and it was tied to that. And then the coach ended up. So what do you think about that one?
Well, I'm gonna go on a limb and say Prairie View should win that game, because they're in that much turmoil. I'm gonna go on a limb and say they should win that game.
Okay, that's 2.
Yeah. And now they play Michigan. Yeah, we can. Yeah, that's a loss. Now here's another one. Get your check. Come on back home healthy. Now this early pivotal game for the SWAC West. Fist fight was this fist fight part 3, I guess.
Oh, Lord.
So Prairie View got Southern coming into town. I think Prairie View should win that game. I think they're going to get a lot of get back on that game. So I got Prairie View winning that game.
You got Prairie View winning the game?
I got Prairie View winning that game. Absolutely, I got them winning that game.
That's going to be a dogfight.
Then looks like next week they got the State Fair Classic in Dallas. Mickey Joseph comes to Dallas, brings those G-men. A lot of people be in the stands. I'm still going to go with Prairie View on that. I'm taking Prairie View.
You taking Prairie View?
I am taking Prairie View.
Man, okay. So Prairie View undefeated in the SWAC West so far.
Yeah,
all right.
So far. So then they've got Incarnate Word. That'll be a loss.
Uh-huh.
They play Pine Bluff. They should win that game.
Okay.
They'll lose to Texas A&M Commerce.
They'll lose to them? Are they good?
They're better than Prairie View.
All right.
Then they've got Valley. Okay. They'll win that game.
Did you just say they're better? Texas A&M Commerce was literally 1-9 last year.
I still think they're going to be. Yeah, they're going to beat them.
Damn, they were 1-9. Okay.
I'm telling. Watch.
It's in Prairie View.
Okay.
Okay.
Watch. I've just seen this too many times a team that we're supposed to be in the SWAC, but okay. PV versus everybody said that's a W. Okay. Might put a bet on that. I have to come around with that. I might put a bet on that one.
I'm getting ready to say a 1-9 team, and they coming to your home stadium.
Okay. You've got Valley.
Yep.
Of course, they're gonna lose to FAMU.
You say you got them winning FAMU?
No, I got them losing to FAMU.
Oh, okay. That's a loss. Okay, all right.
Now, here is where this gets interesting to me. They've got last two games, Alcorn and Alabama State. They've got one at home and one on the road. How many times has Prairie View lost these games that they're supposed to lose in the last couple of years?
All I see is Prairie View up and down here. They don't even have to travel this year. Alcorn's going to Prairie View.
Yeah, Alcorn's going to Prairie View. So that's the thing. But how many times have we seen Prairie View drop a game like this?
Well, when they dropped to Valley, I knew that.
That's the thing about it. And
they got to play in Itabena too.
Well, I think they'll beat Valley, but I'm talking about these last two games because this is going to define their season right here. These last two games. And what I'm curious about, so I'm going to split the baby down the middle. I'm going to say they're going to beat Alcorn in a close one, but they're going to lose to Alabama State.
But Alabama State's going to be only a half game, right?
Yeah. Well, yes.
All right. So.
Well, and what I mean by that, so just to be clear, is because they're not in the same division, and the head-to-head matters when you lose to a team head-to-head. So if you lose to a team head-to-head, they have to basically get two losses.
So you got them going 8-4. You got them losing to Alabama State, Florida A&M, Incarnate Word, and Michigan State. 8-4. 8-4 overall, but in the conference, you only got them dropping 2 games.
I do. I think Prairie View, and I think their schedule, and I think again too, their schedule works out for them. They don't play you guys, and they play, and like I said again, they play us. We go out there. So again, I think the schedule sets up for them. I think the schedule really sets up for them.
Has beaten Bama State the last 9 years.
Okay, listen, Mr. Jackson said Prairie View has beaten Bama State the last 2 years.
I'll say Prairie View beat Bama State.
Okay, well then, only reason why I'm saying this, Doc, and let me go back to my point, is that we've seen Prairie View come into these last weeks of the season, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And they drop a game that they shouldn't drop. So that's my thing. If they can overcome that, and they're breaking in a new quarterback, are they not?
They're breaking a new quarterback.
Okay, so that's the thing. But again, I like Prairie View. I said this. I said they're going to win the West. So this, my pick, when the games that they win or lose, solidify that they'll win the West.
Okay. I'm going to go to Darius, and then I will get to Doc. Darius, welcome to the panel.
What's up?
Are you a Prairie View alum?
No, man, I'm a Lane College alum.
Oh,
okay, Lane College in the house.
What time for Lane College?
What you say?
You ready for that Jackson State ass whooping, ain't it?
Hey.
Yep, boys.
Hey.
We put belts to asses.
All right, Mr. Lane College. What you think about Prairie View?
Is the schedule all the way up on the screen?
Yep, this is the top part. Can you see it? It's let me see if I could.
They starting with Texas Southern.
Yep.
All right. They're gonna beat Texas Southern. Texas Southern, they're not physical enough. Like they need some more beef, you know. Northwestern State, I'd say they should win that one. Michigan State, nope. Southern, it's still gonna be hot outside, so whoever the most hydrated for that game probably gonna win. You can scroll down now and healthy.
State Fair Classic.
Grambling.
Do you even know about the SWAC?
Man, I know about all HBCU football.
Okay, Mr. Lane College. He let me know.
Just because I went to a SWAC school don't mean nothing.
Okay.
All right. TV versus Grambling. It's gonna be a tough game for both teams, but I might have to give the edge to TV on this one.
Dang, Prairie View getting all the love today.
I mean, just because Grambling isn't proven yet, they got a new system in there, so I mean it's subject to change. But I'm gonna have to give it to PV based on what we know for right now.
Incarnate Word.
Incarnate Word. I say they probably lose this one. UAPB, that's a dub. They're gonna win though, and it's on Friday night. But you know, strange things happen in Pine Bluff, so I wouldn't be surprised if they did lose that one.
You got them losing the UAPB?
I mean, I can see that happening. Is what I'm saying.
Okay.
It's a Friday night game too, so Texas A&M coming. I think PV will pull that one out as well. They'll win that Valley on the new turf. That's a loss versus the Rattlers. The only how FAMU slips up is due to the traveling. That's my only concern with FAMU in that ball game on the 9th of November.
Mr. Campbell, you ain't got the Florida Air for that game?
Oh, man, listen. You know we coming in first class. Land to Houston, drive on over. We good. I'm gonna lift my brother from Lane College. I just love the brothers here from Lane College. That is beautiful. And you know he a real brother because he said SEAC. That boy didn't say SIAC like the folks that don't know the conference. I hear you, brother. Go on, speak on it. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Who we got? Alcorn. Man, so my thing with this is PV normally gets sloppy when it gets cold outside. That's the problem. That's why they lose those close games, because it gets real cold outside. So I don't know. It's a toss up with Alcorn. I might have to get this one to Alcorn. I ain't gonna lie to you. Alabama State, another cold game. Man, I think PV might pull that one out, though. I ain't gonna lie to you. So, yeah.
All right, so I have you have them losing to Alcorn State, Florida A&M, UAPB, Incarnate Word, and Michigan State, right?
No. I think they'll beat UAPB, but I wouldn't be surprised if they lost at the same time.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go with them on the UAPB game.
So you got them at 8-4. They 8-4.
Okay, yeah, that sounds about right.
8-4, but they only lose. You only got them losing one SWAC West game, so that still would place them in first place.
Alcorn's
the only.
Yeah.
Am I right now?
What's that?
He only got them losing to Alcorn. That's only, he said they should win UAPB, so it's like one in a possible. Mr. Lane.
He said they're gonna lose. They said FAMU gonna beat them.
Yeah, FAMU gonna beat them.
FAMU's in the SWAC East.
Yeah, they're gonna lose to Alcorn. They're gonna beat UAPB. They're gonna beat Southern, and go back up for me.
Lord, not them saying they're going to be hosting the SWAC championship. How do that work?
Who else in the SWAC West?
The only one you have them beating Texas Southern, and you have them beating.
Yeah. They're gonna take care of business. PV gonna take care of business.
So you only got them losing one SWAC West game and one SWAC East game, which is the Rattlers and the Braves. So that would play.
They have a favorable schedule this year, actually. Like Mr. Campbell said earlier, they actually do. I mean, outside the Michigan State game, yeah.
And let's be clear, PV was 6-2 in the conference last year. Correct. So this is not a big stretch.
Yeah, they was 6-2, but then too, remember they first couple of games after they played Texas Southern was against like two FBS schools and one top FCS school. I think that was their schedule from last year.
Yeah.
And they only got one FBS opponent, correct? Yeah.
Doc, what you got? I see Prairie View in the chat. Prairie View
my boy Lionel up in the chat. PV versus everybody. Make sure y'all go subscribe to my bro.
All right, Doc, go ahead and let me hear what you think for Prairie View. I know I'm about to be real quick with mine.
All right, so first game against Texas Southern. So June 27th is next week, and so here in Texas we like to bust out that DJ Screw freestyle right there, and you know what I'm saying. It's gonna be a sad day in Pantherland again for the Third Ward Tigers, as Prairie View is going to go for 10 in a row. And that, I think, that is one of the longest losing streaks right there that Texas Southern has endured to their rival in ages. You know what I'm saying? But let's see, we got the second game of the season is against Northwestern State in Natchitoches. Northwestern State is coming off they canceled their season last year because one of the players got killed. And it took a toll on the team, so they canceled the rest of the season, and they pretty much almost got a new team this year. So I expect Prairie View to win that game. So that's 2-0 right there. Of course, they go to East Lansing. Tell Magic Johnson what's up. Y'all lose to them by 40. And then they come home. They play Southern, and they'll win the fight. And they'll win on the football field against Southern. Like to call it Baton Rouge
messy.
West. Southern like to call it Baton Rouge West. Prairie View said not today, and get this boot in your ass. All right. They got the off week, and then Texas A&M Commerce. They was 1-9 last season. 1-10 last season. So this is one of the worst seasons that they had. Prairie View wins by a landslide. They go to Valley. We already know they have issues with Valley sometimes, but I think they take care of Valley this year. Alcorn is at Prairie View. I did say a prediction with Alcorn might win the West, but it just all depends on how, like I said, with the quarterback play. What my guy Lionel said, Cam Peters is the starting quarterback. Lucas Coley is itching up, is a slight number 2. I have Alcorn by 3 on this game right here, but it could go both. It could go either way. You got Alabama State in Montgomery. I have Prairie View winning this game by at least 14 points.
Can you go over FAMU versus Prairie View, because Prairie View got mollywopped last year.
I'm gonna be honest with you. When I saw FAMU's defense and seeing how fast they was, especially off the edge, that scared the living daylights out of me.
Are you talking about their edge? Are you talking about their defense for 2024 or for last year?
Well, from last year, but then again, we talking about they got straight Florida boys there, and that would be the only other team that they would lose to. That would be the only other team they would lose to. So they have 2 conference losses. That's what I got them right.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got they have the one out of conference loss with Michigan State.
And Incarnate Word too.
Incarnate Word. I have them winning against Incarnate Word, a close one. They'll go back and beat Grambling in the State Fair Classic. I don't see Grambling even being in this game competitively. They'll probably just be on the sideline getting a turkey leg and stuff like that.
So you got them 9-3?
I got them 9-3.
Dang. All right. Let me come up in here.
Or if they take care of business against Alcorn, they can go 10-2.
How you gonna have Alcorn first in the But you got.
I said it was. I said it would be a close game.
All right, so you got to have Alcorn 9-3 or 10-2 too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even. Okay, so we not losing at home, not in the season or in the SWAC championship game. So I'm gonna go ahead and ruffle some feathers. Let me go ahead and ruffle some feathers here. All right. Let's see. Texas Southern, I have them winning. Northwestern, I definitely have them winning. Michigan State, they're going to lose. That Southern game, it's in Prairie View. Last time that Southern met up with them, or not last time, but they had a little tussling. I think that was the year before last. And, Southern was whooping up on them during the pregame, and they won that game. But I think that once again, when we talk about coaching, when we talk about basically the ability to have some continuity in a program, Prairie View has been one of the most stable programs, coming off of leaving the SWAC championship and then making those adjustments. Whereas Southern is coming off of some changes, some coaching changes, and some new coaching hires and some shaking and baking around. So I will give that edge to Prairie View. Grambling State Tigers, the same for that, for Mickey Joseph coming in and restructuring. This is in Dallas, Texas, so it's a neutral, basically kind of like a neutral site game, but not really, because Prairie View doesn't have to travel that far. Mickey.
In fact, both teams don't travel that far. There's number like a 3.5 hour drive for each team.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's nothing for Grambling.
So for Grambling, once again, they really do have the edge. Prairie View has the edge in the West because they are outside of UAPB, which was in last place last year. They're the only program that still has the coaching staff and a lot of their student athletes still in place without much movement. So I'm also going to give Prairie View that win for Grambling State. Incarnate Word, despite the fact that they've had coaching changes, they've still been able to dominate at or play at a pretty high level. So how come they get all these games in Texas? That's what I want to know. Who is responsible for making their schedule? Because
AD Golf. AD Golf is the one. AD Golf is the one who's responsible for making that schedule.
Golf made sure everything was in Texas, outside of them going to Alabama and Mississippi.
They go to Pine Bluff.
They go to Pine Bluff.
How far is Pine Bluff from Texas? It ain't that far, is it?
No, yeah, that's not close. That's not close. Okay. No.
So they got 3 away games, but I'm just saying, like, they've got a lot of Texas in here. A lot of Texas. That's just for you to, Texas is a big state, but when we talk about the ability to rest, not that much lag time. I don't know if they're going to fly to any of these games because they're so close, but they got a lot of games. Incarnate Word was second in Southland last year, so I'm going to give that edge to Incarnate Word. Yeah. UAPB, I have them winning that game. I have them beating Texas A&M Carmen, who only won 1 game last year. Valley, woohoo! I got an upset alert over here. I think Valley's going to pull out a win. And I don't want folks in my comments acting like it's not possible when we know Valley upset them before. So I feel like they can do it again.
That's why I stated earlier, if it's cold enough, PV might be in trouble in a lot of those ball games towards the end of the year. They start playing real sloppy and organized football.
Yeah, I just, Valley plays a different type of game in Itabena. They play hard. Exactly. And they make sure that it's a nice environment for their fans, and they make sure to, root for their team. The Rattlers going to Prairie View. So this is supposed to be some get back for Prairie View because y'all got y'all asses whooped twice last season. Oh, God. I know you're not about to let the Florida A&M Rattlers beat y'all in y'all home.
We definitely going to do it because, as my man PV versus everybody, they right here having delusion of grandeur like they're going to Atlanta. So we're going to shut that down right there so that SWAC championship game be back in Tallahassee. So, yeah, trust me. See, these are things that come into play when you look at these games. So late season game, FAMU's rolling, they're sitting up there saying, hey, we got to beat this team. We want to have the SWAC championship. So that's going to be a really big game.
I mean, I am just amazed at this schedule. Like, I like this schedule. They got some outside of the Michigan State one, which I understand. You got to play that type of game. I understand. But you could probably speak to this, Mr. Ford. They don't have any like old rivalries like Tennessee State or Howard or Norfolk State that they could have played some type of like.
Are you talking about Prairie View?
HBCU money game. They don't have any of those.
You talking about with Prairie View?
Yeah.
No, Prairie View's always been Texas. They the only charter member left in the conference.
No, yeah. I'm saying that like they don't have any rivalries with any out of conference HBCUs.
No, because Texas is because you got to understand something. The way the SWAC is set up, and Doc hit it on the head. Because a lot of those schools, especially the smaller black school, Prairie Views will play those schools like Wiley and schools like that back in the day and stuff like that. I know a lot of those schools don't have their football programs anymore, but those were a lot of schools that they played and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't even, and this is just me right off the rip, knowing Tennessee State. I don't remember Prairie View and Tennessee State playing a lot at all. Not at all. Yeah, so that's just me just thinking about that.
Okay. I was just thinking, maybe that they could, in the place of, because so basically what you're saying is their only real big rival is Texas Southern and Southern.
Grambling.
Grambling.
Oh, okay. Well, they got a lot of home games, so they straight. All right. I want to play devil's advocate. I'm trying to remember what I said the Rattlers was going to do.
Yeah, it's like 7-5 or something like that.
I know. I don't think I have Prairie View beating y'all, though, because y'all had 2 and 3. I think Florida A&M's going to pull this one out. Alcorn, once again, new head coach, and it's in Prairie View. I think that Prairie View pulls this one out. Alabama State. I'm picking Alabama State in Alabama. So I have y'all losing 1, 2, 3. I've got y'all at 7 and 5. And that's how they have one of the best schedules in the conference, honestly. Yep. They're saying, Mr. Campbell, the SWAC championship will not be in Tallahassee.
Okay, Prairie View people. All right.
Bama State is like picking Texas Southern. Ooh.
Oh, I tell you, boy, there's a lot of confidence in the Prairie View folks, boy. I tell you. I'm gonna tell you. You know what I like about this though. This is what I like. This is what's so great about this. I like when fan bases see that shot And I'm gonna tell you something. See, you got your boy PV. He always representing Prairie View. I see, got the videos and all that stuff. But what I'm gonna like is them sidewalk bandwagon fans that's gonna come out of nowhere. That's gonna be in the chat, even after they beat Texas Southern, and get that going. They're gonna go from 5 to 10 to 15 to 20, and by the time they play FAMU, it's gonna be 50 PV people talking straight trash to me. I'm gonna be getting texts and tweets and all that. So I love it. I love it, PV. Let's go. Let's get it.
Listen, what I like about it is that I don't have to be the one that gets called delusional, right? Because we got some Prairie View. The Prairie View is standing on business in this chat.
Prairie View is booking their seats booking their hotels to Atlanta already.
They already got the Celebration Bowl up on wrap, and they done already booked their hotels for the SWAC championship in Texas. I don't even know if you can do that. They already got it reserved, knowing that it's going to be in Jackson this year. Okay.
Prairie View said they're coming to Atlanta. They're going to fly from Houston Hobby into Hartsfield, and they're going to bring all 2,000 of them to represent the SWAC. I hear y'all. Let's go.
Not all 2,000.
Let's get it. Shout out to Prairie View. It's a great school. Straight up great school. Girl, I used to date people went to Prairie View. Good looking women down there.
Oh my God. You need to be in timeout talking about all 2,000.
He called that. I said, how he said you can fly. They fly to the big airport, not the little one, the big one. There you go. I hear you, brother.
All right. So moving to Alcorn State, it's the year of the Braves. It's the year of the Braves. They wanted me to relay this message. Every dog has his day, and Alcorn Braves is letting y'all know that they are back to reclaim their dominance in the SWAC West.
All right, Ron, this is your big chance here. Let's go to the Lake Charles Toyota sideline report. Give us the best dog description you got.
Dr. Wilder has just given me $10 to go out and tackle the dog. I'm holding out for 20.
Here we go. And the dog has run from the south end zone to the north end zone.
All right.
Hey, Tamona, can I say something real quick?
Yes.
I want to make a public service announcement to all my Alcorn Braves, you insiders. I need for y'all to stop reporting these violations that y'all actually have done. You gonna get your whole team suspended from conference play. Y'all right here tell, oh yeah, our coach bought a car for the guy. Hey, that's illegal. Just to let y'all know that. So y'all might not want to put that on record. I mean, y'all out here making videos and bragging about, hey, bro, your coach can't be buying players cars. The SWAC office is on line 2 right now. So I just want to help you. I know y'all want to act like y'all know a lot of stuff, but it's something that you don't tell. That would be one of them.
You know what that sound like, Mr. Campbell? That sound like when Eric Dickinson got his car bought by Texas A&M.
Bro,
they fit the bill.
Bro, listen, Alcorn folks with their chest stuck out. Our coach bought him a car. Our coach got good credit. I'm like, bro, hold up, bro, slow down. Our coach got good credit. Your coach don't need to have no credit buying a player a car. What are we doing? So I'm just letting y'all know, when y'all get on these, when you have your little shows and on Twitter, the best thing to say, I can neither confirm nor deny. But do not confirm that your coach is bringing NCAA violations. Okay? I just want to say that. Jesus Christ.
Don't be posting receipts, Lord.
Bragging about it.
Receipts. Don't send receipts to somebody else to post.
Oh, Lord.
They said a new car is going to stand out on that reservation.
Listen, they were bragging that their coach had a 700 credit score and could get a car for a player. Bruh, that ain't what y'all need to be bragging about. You know what I'm saying? Brag about the agriculture department, brag about Steve McNair. You know what I'm saying? Come on, stuff like that. But don't brag about that your coach is doing impermissible benefits, okay? That's not an NIL deal, just to let you know. All right, I'm sorry. I just had to put that out.
Damn. That is pitiful. All right.
Yeah, they be narking on Twitter and stuff, so they gotta watch they back.
Whoever was responsible for doing all that riffraff, you need to go sit in some serious timeout and reflect, right? Because yes, they have NIL deals, but they've always held HBCUs to a different standard.
Well, your coach, it doesn't make a deal. Your coach can't help a player get a car. That has nothing to do with NIL. That is illegal. You can't do that. Point blank, period. Could you imagine just real quick that Commissioner McClellan is just, looking on Twitter,
boy,
and he just sit up here
sniffing.
And he's just like, nah, are they, wait, but hold on. Are they really self-snitching on themselves? Can y'all get Prairie View's AD on the line one, please? Come on, man. What are we doing? All right. That just blew my mind when they were bragging about that. And, we know what really happened. Yeah, but don't tell nobody. Come on. All right. I'm sorry, Timothy. Let's get back to the schedules. Regular schedule programming.
All right. So this next schedule is Alcorn. Thank you for that public service announcement. All right. So Alcorn, let's get into it. Let me see what I got. Lord. All right. UAPB Blazers. I don't know where Dragon is, but I'm sure he would be saying something. Dragon would be in the chat talking about his UAPB Blazers.
Dragon tails.
That's a loss. Vanderbilt loss. Edward Waters in Lorman. Oh, that should be definitely a win.
Not the way Edward Waters.
Edward Waters beat. Huh?
Not the way Edward Waters played last season.
Yep. That's a tough team right there.
That's a tough one.
If you gonna schedule a D2, why would you schedule? You ain't supposed to schedule the best of the best. Make it a money game.
That boy said, the boy from Jacksonville said, we coming through.
All right, so Edward Waters is in Lorman, and after the revealing of this particular incident that happened with Alcorn State, I don't know what the status or the mindset or how that room is of the coaching staff after this little debacle was revealed. Hopefully it didn't have any impact on the coaching or the players. So Edward Waters, they should definitely win that one. McNeese, why did they literally
Alcorn beat McNeese last year, did they not?
They did.
Okay, let's put that up.
Miss McNeese is literally almost like one of those division games that just stays on. They play McNeese a lot. McNeese plays Southern too.
Yeah, they got Southern coming down. I live in Lake Charles. They coming down here as well.
Their season record was 1-10 last year, so
they
should knock that out the park.
And that was with a new coach last year too, so it might be a repeat for McNeese.
The MVSU Delta Devils is, of course, in Itabena. Valley got new turf. And like I said, it is. I think that's going to be a toss-up game for Alcorn. I really do. I'm just telling y'all right now. I feel like that's going to be a toss-up.
I agree.
So I'm not going to rule on that just yet. UAPB, they should be able to beat them because they're playing in Lorman. Grambling, Grambling better not lose to Alcorn. I think Grambling can pull out a win. So I'm going to have Grambling beating them. And then Southern in the Bayou Classic. Southern done won, what is it, two years in a row?
It's not the Bayou Classic.
Oh, it's not? Oh, wait.
It's Alcorn.
No. Oh, okay. I'm all over the place. Okay, so Alcorn versus Southern in Baton Rouge. Ooh, is this Fred McNair?
Yeah.
That's the Fred McNair Bowl, yes.
Okay, yes. So we're gonna title this Southern versus Alcorn is officially until the foreseeable future. It will be known as the Fred McNair Bowl for the foreseeable future. Anytime Southern goes against Alcorn and Coach McNair is still at Southern, it'll be the Fred McNair Bowl.
And that's
homecoming. With Fred McNair, I feel like he's gonna get it back in blood.
And that's Southern homecoming as well.
Oh yeah, I feel like they're gonna get it back in blood.
That's a loss.
You think that Southern's gonna lose to Alcorn? No, absolutely not. At home for homecoming?
Yeah.
Damn. Port City Classic, Alcorn versus Alabama State. I'm rocking with Alabama State. Texas Southern Tigers, I'm rocking with Alcorn. Prairie View, I think I just said that Prairie View is going to beat them. Yeah. And then, of course, Jackson State University. You know we about to hand them out an L. So that's 1 L, 2 L's, 3, 4, 5, 6. They going 6-6 again? They're going to go 6-6. Or 5-7. They're gonna go under 500. All right, Doc, what you got?
Let me see. Hold on 1 second, y'all.
Take it back to the top for the Vanderbilt game. UAPB. I mean, UAB.
Okay, you need me to take it to the top. All right. Take it to the top. You never stop.
Yeah. All right. So, first game of the season, who they got? UAB. Loss. Vanderbilt. That's a loss. Edward Waters, they'll win that, but it'll be competitive. McNeese, they beat them last year, right?
Yeah.
17-3.
Okay. What was McNeese's record last season? Was they over 500, under 500?
They were 1-10.
All right, that's a win for them. What we got? Valley next. That's a dub.
Okay, you got them dubbing out in Itabena. I think Valley gonna put some pause on some.
No,
folks.
I got Alcorn beating Valley.
All right.
Pine Bluff, Alcorn gonna beat them bad. Grambling, they playing them in the hole. They'll lose to Grambling. In Grambling. Southern, they'll bounce back and beat Southern. I said that.
Mm-hmm.
Alabama State, that's a neutral site game. Give me Alcorn on that one. Texas Southern, that's a dub right there. Prairie View, I did say they can beat Prairie View, but it'll be close. And then against Sobo, they'll lose Sobo.
All right, so you got them losing to Jackson State. You said that they'll beat Southern and Alabama State.
Yep.
You said Grambling will win.
Yep.
So that's 2. You got them going 8-4. Which is right behind Prairie View. So that goes in line. You know, sometimes we'll be saying something and then we'll say the exact opposite.
Right.
All right, Mr. Campbell, you up.
Okay. This is going to be interesting because, again, because I want to make sure of this because this is what I've been trying to research on this. I was trying to find out. Didn't Alcorn, they brought in another quarterback, but Eric Allen, what's the kid Allen is coming back also? For Alcorn?
Eric Allen can't come back.
He's gone, right? Yeah, he's gone. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm okay.
They
So, all
brought
right.
in Tyler Macon, and I remember that G was bragging about how he was a McDonald's.
Right. That's why I was like, wait a minute. That kid is gone. That's why I'm like, okay. All right. But, all right, let's get at it. UAB, that's a loss. Vanderbilt, that's a loss. They'll beat Edwin Waters, Tigers. This McNeese game. Now, this is the game that, again, Alcorn, I want them to win. I want them to win this game. I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to say that they're going to win this game, but I would not be shocked if they lose this game in reverse and they lose 17-3. That's just one of those games, again, that we got to win as a conference, but I'm going to give them that.
And you can't have them self-inflicted mistakes because you know that the refs is going to be.
Yeah. So again, I'm gonna give them that win. Of course, they'll beat Valley. They'll beat UAPB. Now here is the game. These two games right here are going to. Well, really, these next three games are really going to make or break their season right here. At Grambling, at Southern, and really at Alabama State. Technically, even though it's down in Mobile. I've got them losing to Grambling because Alcorn never plays well down in Grambling. They never have historically. I think this is a late game. I think Grambling will have their mojo. I think Miles Crawler will toss that ball and do well. Now, I hear Southern people saying this is homecoming and this and all that, and they put up 44 on y'all last year. I don't think anything's changed. I think they beat Southern. They beat Southern. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not sold on Southern. When we get to Southern, I'm not sold. I'm not sold on Noah Biden. I'm not sold on Terrence Graves. I'm not sold on. I think so. I'm gonna say this to the Southern people. Southern should be one. Jackson State, Southern, and FAMU should always be there. And Grambling with tradition, but I'm talking about just because of geography, should always have a bunch of good players. And just something about Southern that I have not believed in their recruiting. And I don't believe they've done anything that I've seen that is going to make any difference, just to be honest with you. So I got that. I think Alcorn goes up there and upsets Southern at their homecoming. Now, this Alabama State game, this is another one of those big games. Alcorn won this game last year. It was a close one. I think this game was 23-20, wasn't it? And I think that game went in overtime.
It was a field goal.
Yeah, yep. And that game. So I've got Alabama State winning this game. I've got Alabama State winning this game. I think that's payback for that. I think they'll win that game. Texas Southern, they should beat Texas Southern, and I got them losing to Prairie View.
Okay, and you ain't finna say what the last one is?
Let me tell you what that is. I don't even know why they even got that down there. I don't even know what they got there. Well, we know it's good that they got down there so they can watch it on TV. That's good. They know what time it's going to be. So they will not be in it.
Jackson State Tigers versus Alcorn?
That's not happening. That's not happening. Alcorn won't be in. Well, Alcorn won't be in. It won't be there.
I was talking about the ball game, like the Soul Bowl.
Yeah. Oh, Jackson State. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, Jackson State winning that game. I got Jackson State winning that game. Good. So that's gonna be. Yeah. That's got to be Jackson State. And see, this goes back to Jackson State has to win that game. Jackson State has to win that game. So
we ain't got a choice.
Yeah, you really again, Jackson State has a 3-game schedule. That game, Alabama State, and FAMU. So if they mess around and lose that game, that could actually knock you all out, potentially out of playing in the SWAC championship.
Dang.
So now I've got Jackson State winning that game.
All right, so they're gonna lose to Jackson State. You got them losing to Prairie View.
Losing to Alabama State.
Losing to Alabama, that's 3.
Losing to Grambling.
Losing to Grambling, that's 4. McNeese is a possible loss. Yeah. You got losing to Vanderbilt and UAPB. So you about right where I'm at. 6-6 or 5-7.
Yep. And that sounds about right, to be honest with you. That sounds about right where I think Alcorn is at right now. Because like I said, again, Cedric Thomas, again, here's what I don't like to do, especially for these new black coaches. I don't want to talk about their proficiency as a coach because we're going to see. But again, he's taking over Fred McNair. That is big shoes to fill. That is big shoes to fill. And also, when you don't have an uber talented team, then coaching comes into play. So we're going to know if Alcorn has good coaches real quick. So they've got a good team, above average team, but they don't have a great team. And that's when it comes down to coaching. And I think Fred McNair in those games against Southern, because that was a big win, and that coaching came into play, especially the Alabama State game. Turnovers. Same thing with Southern. So, yeah, so I've got that.
I think it's lucky that they don't play for Alcorn. They don't play Bethune-Cookman. They don't play FAMU, and they don't play what's the other school that don't play?
Bethune-Cookman?
But they don't play Bethune. They don't play FAM.
Well, they got the other two good teams in the East. They got Jackson State and they got Alabama State.
That's it.
I'm sure.
So yeah, so what did you have me down 6-6? Yeah, that sounds about right.
6 or 5-7 because you have that McNeese as a
yeah.
Darius?
Yes, ma'am. I got them losing the first 2 ball games. Edward Waters, it should be a W, so I'm just say they'll win that one. McNeese State, why not give it to Alcorn? That's fine. Mississippi Valley, I think the game be tight. Alcorn will win it, but it'll be a close ball game. With it being an in-state rivalry or whatever you want to call it. UAPB, that's a win. Grambling, I think they'll lose to Grambling. I think they're gonna spoil Southern's homecoming again. It'll be intriguing to see how Andrew Body holds up during the first half of the season. I want to see how he holds up, but I got them losing to Alabama State if he's healthy. I'm gonna say Alabama State's gonna win that game. Texas Southern, I think they'll win that one. They'll lose they'll beat PV, and I think their softball game might be a little bit close, but I'll give Jackson the W for that.
All right, so I have you at 8-4, and the 4 losses that I have is Jackson State,
PV,
Prairie View, Vanderbilt, and UAPB. UAB, excuse me, UAB, not UAPB, UAB. All the other games you said they was going to be close, right?
I got them losing versus Alabama State and Mobile.
Alabama State, Jackson State. You have them winning against Grambling and Southern?
I do have them beating Southern or that Grambling.
That's in the hole.
It's in the hole. Let's see what I feel.
That's gonna put them at 7-5.
Yeah, I think Grambling will pull that one up.
All right, so that'll have them at 7-5. 7-5. So everybody, for the most part, got 7-5 or 6-6. Except for Doc. Doc, yours is you got them winning a little bit more since you wanted them to be first in the SWAC West, right?
I mean, they'll be first in the SWAC West, but I don't think they'll win the SWAC. I mean, they supposed to win, but the way that schedule looks to me, I'm about to be like Mr. Campbell. I kind of don't see it now.
Now that you done looked at the schedule, you done had a little bit of a heart to heart.
Yeah, I done had a little pit right here, man. They ain't gonna win that game. They gonna lose this. I don't know about this one.
This one kind of iffy.
Like you said, it all depends on what the quarterback does.
Please let my AD set me up with a SWAC schedule like Prairie View, please.
As the force said, drop the link.
The Godfather said, drop the link.
Drop the link. He might get up on here and talk about Mr. Willie Mays first. Drop the link. Mr. Drop the link. He up late. Body ain't got no receivers to throw to. So if you stop Body, you stop ASU's whole operation. I hope they don't have Body running. Dang.
Yeah, offensive line got to stay up.
I wonder if Alabama State got some running backs. Hey, Mr. Ford.
Hey, how you doing?
Mr. Ford, you're late.
I just got back from watching the Atlanta Braves and Detroit Tigers.
Oh,
yeah.
Did you hear the news?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I was definitely going to mention the late, great Willie Mays, who was one of my heroes growing up. When you talk about the people of the 60s, when I started watching baseball, it was Willie Mays, Frank Robinson, Hank Aaron, Lou Brock, Bob Gibson, Rod Carew. Those were the people. And Willie Mays at that time was the face of baseball. Yeah.
Mr. Ford, Mr. Campbell was bringing up historically, and I guess quickly you can probably expound on it, which was that the baseball ushered in civil rights more so than any other sport. That was his premise.
Yeah. Now let's see. Yeah, it was the first of football, professional baseball, professional basketball. The first one to have a black was the Major League Baseball. Now let's get this. One of the things we got to correct: Jackie Robinson was not the first black professional baseball player. There were professional black baseball players in the 1880s. What pushed blacks out of the Major League Baseball was something called Plessy versus Ferguson. And then the owners of the major leagues at that time had a handshake agreement that they would not allow blacks to play in the major leagues. That was a guy by the name of Moses Fleetwood Walker. You can go back and look him up. He played in the 1880s. And there were some other black players that were in the major leagues during the 1880s. One of them created what we call the catcher's shin guard. Now, the reason he invented the shin guards was because he played second base, and when the white ball players would come in, they would try to cut him with their spikes. And that's why he created the shin guard. Now, we know shin guards are now worn by catchers, but it was a black baseball player who created them. Yeah. So, like I said, Jackie Robinson reintegrated baseball. He was not the first black baseball player in Major League Baseball.
Well, thank you for the background on baseball.
And you know, Willie Mays was a great high school football player. You know that, right?
I did, Mr. Ford, I did not know that.
Yeah, he went to a school in Birmingham called Parker High School. He was from that area where Miles College is. That's called
Burfield.
What's it called?
Burfield.
You said Burfield?
Fairfield.
Fairfield. That's right. That's where he was actually from. But like Atlanta, all the blacks in the Birmingham area at that time went to Parker High, which was in Birmingham. Okay, that's right. He was from Fairfield. Now, his senior year, the principal of the high school declared him ineligible because during the summer before his senior year, he helped the Birmingham Black Barons win the Negro League World Series as a high school kid. And so when he came back to school, because he was outstanding running back and an outstanding quarterback, and they declared that he was ineligible because he had played professional baseball. Because remember now, he was with the Giants at 19 years of age. When Bobby Thompson in 1951 hit what they call the shot heard around the world, Willie Mays was on deck circle.
Parker is near Legion Field down the street.
Yeah, Parker High School. Yeah. That school turned out many greats. Leon Douglas, I think, who was one of the all-time great basketball players at the University of Alabama in the 70s. He came from that school. There's so many. They had a rivalry at one time. I think they used to play schools here in Atlanta, like Booker T. Washington High School. But, yeah, they had a serious athletic tradition at Parker High School. One of the main people that they turned out was Willie Mays. Now, Buck Buchanan. I think you remember Buck Buchanan?
Buck Buchanan award that they be giving away?
Huh?
At the SBS? You're talking about the Buck Buchanan award that they give away?
But Buck Buchanan went to Parker High. He left Parker High and went to Grambling State University. He was a first-round draft choice of the Kansas City Chiefs, I believe I'm trying to think. You can look it up. I think it was 63 or 64 because Ernie Ladd had gone into the league before him.
1963.
63. He was first-round draft choice. I don't think they were. Because, see, the Kansas City Chiefs came out of Dallas, Texas. They were known at that time as the Dallas Texans. They left Dallas and went to Kansas City. But initially, they were known as the Dallas Texans. Huh?
They were in the AFL, right?
Right. They were one of the early teams in the AFL. Lamar Hunt was their owner.
Well, it looks like, Mr. Ford, you came in just in time. And I'm so glad to have both you and Mr. Campbell on the panel tonight.
Well, I heard Mr. Campbell saying with his diatribe about Southern, which I totally disagree, because I'm really hoping that the West will come down to Grambling or Southern. But I was hearing him saying he didn't understand something about Southern's recruiting. Now, for me, Southern should always be a dominant of power because they're in Baton Rouge. They're less than 100 miles from New Orleans, which is a hotbed for high school football players. They're 300 miles from Houston, Texas, the fourth largest city in America. Then they can go down I-10 and get them kids out of Pascagoula, Mississippi, Mobile, Alabama. They can also go as far as Jacksonville, Florida, because Harold Carmichael, who is an NFL Hall of Famer, who played at Southern University, he was from Jacksonville, Florida. So I was listening to him say that stuff about Southern, and I don't really understand that because to me, Southern. No,
and actually, that's exactly what I said. So point of clarification, I said Southern, Jackson State, and FAMU should have the most talented teams in the SWAC. I said Southern based off their location, and then you expound on it. So exactly, I did say that.
Oh, okay. Well, now I'm going to tell you another one that should have, but it's all about administration. They don't care, and nobody else cares on that campus. But Texas Southern sits in the fourth largest city in America.
Correct.
The city of Houston, Texas, turns out 500 Division I athletes every year. You going to tell me they got 500 Division I athletes and Texas Southern can't get 25 of them? I don't believe that. They don't. The thing with Texas Southern is they don't give a damn about football. They're a basketball school. They're a track school. I guess they're a baseball school, but they don't give a damn about football because that mess that they displayed this year with that whole the hiring process from this. And let me say, I love the guy that they hired because he was with the Houston Oilers. We used to love him. Yeah, I love Chris Dishman, and the whole thing with McNair and how that was handled, that was ridiculous. Okay, and then I read, I think about maybe 2 weeks ago, Texas Southern's got another president. They fire their president every 2 years. Yeah, so they don't give a damn about no football.
Go ahead, Mr. Ford. No, go ahead.
No, I was telling Dr. Cavill that I basically do not believe that the guy, he's the athletic director. Is it Granger? I think it's Granger. I don't think Granger can be an architect for a perennial or championship football program in the SWAC. I don't think he's capable of doing it. Now, I know that he does a good job for basketball, and like I said, they do a good job with track and field. They at one time they were doing a really great job with women's basketball when they had Cynthia Cooper and those people down there. But they don't give a damn about football. They really don't.
I wanted to bring up a quick point that Mr. Ford and because PV was there, he said, how don't you include Texas Southern PV in that? Here's what I'm gonna say about that. I think that Texas HBCU SWAC school should be powerhouse. But I have never lived in Texas. This is the thing that to me always hurts you all. Because the first thing, and I hear this on all these shows, that high schools in Texas got bigger stadiums than all the schools in the SWAC. And to me, there's some level of bias for your players compared to in Florida, compared to in Louisiana, compared to Mississippi, because we don't have those massive stadiums like you have in Texas. So I just think that's the reason why I never hear that you guys are always in play.
I can tell you what it is, Mr. Campbell. I can tell you what it is. Between Prairie View and Texas Southern, you got probably about 13 other FBS schools that's either FBS or FCS schools within probably maybe a 100-mile radius. So when you talk about with Prairie View, you go up probably like 50, 60 miles up the road, you got Texas A&M, which is pretty much the big brother of them all. Of course, then you go into Houston, you got University of Houston, you got Rice University, you got Houston Christian, you got you go probably about another 90 miles east, you got Lamar. You go, like I said, you go 2 hours up north, you got maybe an hour up north, you got Sam Houston, and then you go up another 2 hours up north, you got Stephen F. Foster. Then once you hit in there, to me, it's like it's basically you compete with those dudes right there. And to me, I feel like the way Texas Southern can do, they can go into Houston. It's easy to go into Houston. But if the kid wants to leave out the out the city, I mean, ain't nothing, what's going to stop him from saying, well, I want to come to Texas Southern. But to me, I feel like this: Texas Southern should go and hit up the JUCO. Your biggest JUCO within that area is Blinn. That's about maybe an hour and a half away from Houston. So I would say go to Blinn. I would say go to Navarro. I would say go to Tyler Junior College. I would say go to Kilgore. I mean, you gotta do something to get the kids to come up in there. But going to Houston, I mean, just try to recruit in Houston. They ain't trying to hit get no kid out of Katy High School, or if they get a kid out of North Shore, it's by luck, or Pearland, or a Aldine, A-Leaf Hastings, Elsie, whatever school. Like, it's those kids want to get out the state.
Let me say this right here. Let me say it. And I hear what you're saying, Doc. But let me say this. It's almost 30 million people in the state of Texas. You cannot tell me that they can't get no quality ball players, even after all them folks you done named get the best they can get. Now, the other thing you got to remember, Texas in the last 20 or 30 years has had the best economy in America. You can't tell me you can't go to them kids in Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama and say, son, I'm giving you an opportunity to come to Houston, Texas, and they won't take it. Because it's been done in the past. That Dirty Man won at Texas Southern. Johnny Cole won at Texas Southern. And I'm going to say it again. It's not about recruiting. It's about the people at the top. The administration don't give a damn about football. That's what it's about. Because you have to understand, winning starts in the president's office. One of the reasons Billy Joe was so successful, because he had Frederick Humphreys. Okay? When you look at the support that those people gave Deion Sanders when he was at Jackson, it was second to none. Eddie Robinson had Prez Jones. I think his name was Ralph Jones. It starts in the president's office. And that's what they don't have at Texas Southern. It's not about personnel. They don't give a damn.
How long has Texas Southern not given a damn about football? I'm 54 years old, and I can tell you I'm 54, and out of those 54 years, it's been 6 years that they might have cared.
Yeah. Well, it's always been about who they brought in. Now, the most successful they've had, probably in the last 30, 40 years, was Johnny Cole.
Yeah.
Now they ran Johnny out because they say Johnny was breaking rules. Okay, before him it was Coach Durley, who was there I think in the 50s. Okay, and that's that. Their problem is not personnel. Their problem is administrative, a lack of administrative willingness to want a perennial champion or to want a champion. Period. They don't care. And they showed it to the world with the way they handled that coaching search this year. That was embarrassing. Now, I know he probably didn't say nothing to him, but I thought that the commissioner should have penned a letter to Texas Southern and let them know, you don't need to make the conference look that bad, because everybody was talking about that. Because that's how they want to see the SWAC, as NF, or see one of the SWAC members. Because that was ridiculous. That whole thing with McNair, and then you go get Chris Dishman at the last minute, and you then offered him a contract, then you take it back. That was embarrassing. That was horrible. That was horrible. We look like the MEAC.
Oh.
Ouch.
Well, that was shade. Okay, that was shade. So let's go ahead and move. Yeah. I'm so glad that you're here. We're gonna go ahead and start with Grambling, or not start. You done missed a couple of schools, but you'll be all right, Mr. Ford.
Yeah.
So let's start with you, Mr. Ford. We're going over Grambling's schedule, and
let me just say this. I'm not really good at prognosticating about who's gonna win and all, but let me just say this. And this is my belief. I believe that one of the things that would help the West is that Grambling and Southern take its place as the dominant powers in the West. Now, I know y'all going to get mad about Prairie View. But see, my thing with Prairie View, they don't have the following. And, they don't, like when now, this is what I'm saying. Prairie View came to Florida A&M for the SWAC championship. Now, let's just be honest. Did nobody give a damn about Prairie View coming to Tallahassee for that SWAC championship? Now, on the other hand, could you imagine if Southern had come to Tallahassee for the SWAC championship? Could you imagine that? Now, listen, I know it was raining, but I'm going to tell you right now, if it had been Southern and FAM in that SWAC championship last year, it'd have been 25,000 in there, even in that damn rainstorm. I know that's hypothetical, but it would have been 25,000 up in there. So I'm just saying, what I really want to see this year is that now this is how I feel about my school, about Grambling. I want us to compete, but I don't think we're ready. Unlike what Mr. Campbell is saying, I think Southern is. See, let me tell you about Southern. And I told people this all last year. Southern didn't have a personnel problem last year. Southern had a coaching problem. Okay? And here's the thing with Southern. If you go into Baton Rouge, you go into Southern University, and you first instill discipline in them players at Southern, and you organize them, listen, Southern will be the team to beat in the West. I'm just telling y'all. And I'm going to tell you something. And a lot of people are going to disagree and going to holler and scream about this. It would be really good if Southern and FAM met up for that SWAC championship.
You just being downright disrespectful. You is being disrespectful. Now,
dang,
look now.
Mr. Ford just came in wrecking shop. Come on.
Right. All right, Mr. Ford. We're going through Grambling's. This is Grambling's schedule. All right. They played the Louisiana Raging Cajuns.
We can't, no. That's, no. We can't do nothing with that.
All right.
That's, where's that, Lafayette? Where's that?
Yep, Lafayette, Louisiana.
No, we can't do that. That's Billy Napia's old school, right?
Yeah.
No, we can't do that. Maybe he coming back because they're going to run him out of Gainesville this year because they can't have that down there in Florida. See, listen, and there's another thing. This is hypothetical, but let me just tell y'all this. I know y'all holler Alabama Crimson Tide and y'all holler all them other schools, Georgia and Auburn and all that. But I'm going to tell you something. The school that should be dominating the SEC should be the University of Florida Gators. Why? Because they're in the state of Florida. That's 20. See, we got about 9 to 10 million people here in the state of Georgia. Florida doubles that and more.
Mr. Foreman, tell you a secret. Every Gator alumni says that every day when they lose. So that ain't, I'm gonna be honest with you, that's not a news flash for anybody in the state of Florida. And that's why not being good. And that goes back to Charlie Pell when he brought that program to finally have a winning season. And I know you remember Charlie Pell.
Yeah, Charlie, he committed suicide, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that Florida has all the money. So to that point, Florida's probably until the Texas school came. Florida was the richest school in the SEC till Texas school came.
Right now, they are the sleeping giant. For years, it was LSU. LSU had all them great players, and they didn't ever do nothing. Now it's the Florida Gators. They got all them great players down there, and they don't do nothing. That's why Billy Napier probably going to end up back at Lafayette because he's a good guy. He's from Georgia, but that job is too big for him. See, they got to see. You're going to be at the University of Florida. They got to have a top 10 coach at the University of Florida. They got to have that. If they don't have that, it ain't going to be right.
That Urban Meyer.
You know, I'm going to have a problem with it now. He's a crook, but listen, he's a great football coach. He's a crook, man. But he's a great football coach.
What about Tuskegee, Golden Tigers, and Grambling? Is that a win?
Yeah, that's a win. That's a win. And let me just say this. You know, I really would like for Tuskegee to get their program together. I grew up going to see Tuskegee and FAMU, Tuskegee, Albany State, Tuskegee and Marsh Brown, Tuskegee and Fort Valley. And I really would like for Tuskegee to upgrade their program. We saw them last year play Alabama A&M for Alabama A&M's homecoming, and Alabama A&M, like you always say, put belt to ass. I mean, they embarrassed them on national TV. And we said then that they've got to totally upgrade their and they can do it. Listen, when I talk about Tuskegee, I got to give them all the respect because at one time the two most powerful universities in the HBCU world was Howard University and Tuskegee in the Deep South. At one time, Booker T. Washington, if you had a school, he sent you your president. He would send FAMU their president. He would send Grambling their president. That's how powerful Tuskegee was. And I want to see them upgrade their program. They have the money to compete against SWAC and MEAC schools. They have that. They're the winningest black college in HBCU history. They have over 700 football wins. Okay? I just want them to upgrade their program.
Texas A&M Commerce?
I don't know too much. Now, are they one double? Are they FCS or are they Division II? What's Commerce?
The Commerce is FCS. They are in the Southland.
But they're 1-7. They're in the bottom, the very bottom.
Okay, so you know what? It could be a win for us.
Jackson State.
I mean, Jackson should be favored with all them athletes y'all got, and you know the money behind y'all. You should be favored. You should be favored.
The State Fair Classic with Prairie View versus.
We've been having problems in that. Now, have they beaten us, Doc, 2 years in a row or 3 years in a row? Or 4 years? Yeah.
Prairie View has beaten y'all the last 5 out of 6 years. Y'all
won
last
I'm saying. We got problems up with
that.
Prairie View did Grambling so bad they gave them an eviction notice out of the Cotton Bowl.
Yeah, so listen, we got to get that straightened out because it was nothing like that. Well, you know, when I was at Grambling at the time, Prairie View, General Becht and them basically pulled the guts out of the Prairie View program because they wouldn't allow them to have scholarships. So we got to get that straightened out because let me say, the reason that Grambling has to get, when I was at Grambling, the people at Grambling, when you would graduate, the first city that they would tell you to go and look for a job was Dallas, Texas. There's so many Grambling graduates in Dallas, Texas. It's not funny. So we got to get that straightened out because that's a stomping ground for Grambling is Dallas, Texas. We got to get that straightened out.
I didn't know that it was that bad for Grambling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think Dooley kicked it. Like you said, Dooley put belt to ass. He kicked our behind
Yeah,
there.
Dooley started
Yeah,
it off.
Dooley did us in.
And then Bubba just said, I'm gonna continue it.
Yeah.
You were speaking so highly of it. All right, so this all these stories that you're telling. This is how it feels like I hope the program's been rejuvenated.
Who is this? Grambling?
Grambling.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they have. I think they have. I like the stack. I like the stack. And all this stuff about Miles Crawley not gonna catch on the Dooley system, that's a lie. Dooley does great with quarterbacks, especially when he's offensive coordinator.
Victory song. Oh, Grambling, dear Grambling, we love you, dear. Oh, Grambling.
They sounded so sad and defeated when they were singing that.
Well, they went and got Hugh Jackson, and he was, a lot of show, but nothing, I knew they was going to get rid of him. Them two bad Bayou Classics, every one of them he should have won. I knew they were going to get rid of him. You can't do that at Grambling. They ain't going to allow you to make them look bad on national TV in the Bayou Classic. They think they own that. They ain't going to let you. I knew they were going to get rid of him.
Okay, Alcorn State in Grambling.
Okay, and we was talking about this Sunday. See, I love Cedric Thomas. I just don't know nothing about this guy. He went out and got to run his offense. I don't know nothing about this guy. The guy that I really liked, he left Alcorn and went up to Norfolk State with Dawson Odoms. I really like that guy. I know that they're going to be sound defensively. They're going to be sound special team, but I don't know what they expect from the offense. I don't. But now let me just say this. When it comes to Alcorn and Grambling, that's cats and dogs. That's going to be a heavyweight knockout fight. But as far as right now for me, it's a toss-up. But I know it's going to be a hard-hitting game. And see, a lot of them kids at Grambling and at Alcorn, they actually from the same hometowns, whether it be Louisiana or Mississippi. They're from the same hometowns.
UAPB, Golden
Oh, we beat them. We'll beat them. That's a win.
Oh, that's a win?
That's a win.
Texas Southern.
Right now, I will pick Grambling. I don't know nothing about Chris Dishman and his coaching. I don't know, I have to talk with Doc about them. I don't know what to expect from Texas Southern. But my opinion of, like I told you earlier, about the administration and how they handle things is to the ground. So I'm just going to go against them. I think Grambling beats it. Where's that game? Is it in Houston or in Grambling?
That's in Houston, Texas. That's a Houston, Texas game.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go with Grambling.
Mm-hmm. Bethune-Cookman in Daytona Beach, Florida.
That's going to be rough. That's going to be rough. Because I keep telling y'all, I know nobody don't want to agree with me. If they get that offensive line down and they come up with a stable quarterback, I'm telling y'all, we're going to have to watch Bethune-Cookman. Because, see, I've watched them for a number of years with that Jenkins guy. His name was Brian Jenkins. They controlled the MEAC. They beat ass. Okay? I'm serious.
Who did they beat first? FAMU.
They beat them. They beat A&T. They beat Hampton. They beat all of them. That guy, Brian Jenkins, one of the biggest mistakes he made was leaving Bethune-Cookman and going to Alabama State. Those people didn't want him, didn't accept him, just didn't treat him right at all, didn't really give him a chance. But he had Bethune-Cookman as a dominant power in HBCU football for at least 6 or 7 years. If you go back and look at how many years he won the SWAC. Look at how many years he won the MEAC. He was dominant. I believe that this guy, this is Coach Woody, right? Isn't it Raymond Woody?
Yep.
This guy can bring. I think he's got a quality staff. They saying that it's overrated about the kids he brought in, but I'm waiting to see. I saw Bethune last year. It was no. I didn't see a quarterback, and the offensive line was not dominant. It was not done.
They just actually they got a recruit today. It was a quarterback, a former quarterback. I want to say from Oklahoma.
Ooh, what's his name?
Let me give you his name. Somebody literally just sent it to me too. And that was today that they got that. Let me see. Former Charlotte and Oklahoma quarterback Micah Bowens II commits to Bethune-Cookman.
What kind of size? What we talking about? Is he a big kid?
Let me see. I'm gonna have to see. But he has been absolutely targeting folks like in the Midwest.
Yeah, and he brought all them kids from the Pac-12.
And he is targeting them to bring them to the beach.
Yeah. Listen, when I was growing up, that's what everybody wanted to go to Daytona Beach. The thing they say 26 miles of beach. That was their moniker.
He was rated a 4-star recruit by ESPN, a 3-star prospect by 247 Sports and Rivals.
And where's he from? Where was his hometown?
He's the number 2 prospect in Nevada. He's from Las Vegas.
Oh, he's from Vegas. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So he started at Penn State and redshirted in 2020. COVID happened. He went to Oklahoma. He transferred to Oklahoma, and he didn't play. And then in Charlotte, he played in one game versus Florida Atlantic. So he doesn't really have any stats.
Well, that doesn't mean nothing because I tell everybody, 3rd string on the FBS level in HBCU football is an All-American. When Kincaid, who to me is one of the greatest quarterbacks that we saw in the SWAC in the last 10, 15 years, listen, he was 3rd string at Ole Miss. Okay? So when you bring them 3rd stringers to HBCU, that's still good. Jeremy Musa, wasn't he 3rd string at Vanderbilt? What was he at Vanderbilt?
He wasn't even that.
I'm about to say that. So I ain't got no problem with it.
Okay. All right, Mr. Ford. Last but not least, we got Alabama State and Alabama A&M and Southern. Alabama State is in Grambling.
Yeah, I'm Alabama. Yeah, I think Alabama State should win. I think they should be favored. I think, yeah. See, let me just say this. When I was a teenager, they used to say if it wasn't for Earth, Wind, and Fire, the Commodores would be the best band. And if it wasn't for FAMU, Alabama State would probably win the SWAC. But FAMU is in the way. And so when they come to Grambling, do they come to Grambling?
Yeah.
They should be favored. Alabama State should be favored.
In Grambling? In the hole?
Yeah, in Grambling, in the hole.
Somebody was okay. And then you got Alabama A&M.
I think we beat them. We beat A&M now.
Oh, yeah. And then Southern.
And you know what? That's a dogfight. Listen.
That y'all can't be losing the Bayou Classic.
Well, I know it, but listen, that's a dogfight. You can't pick it. It's a toss-up. Because it means more than just, it's more than just a game. That's family against family. And them the worst fights it is when it's family against family.
Facts.
Yeah.
Mr. Ford. Don't stay right there. Don't go nowhere. Don't fall asleep. Don't fall asleep.
Yeah, I went to sleep the other night. I heard you. Listen, people called and told me y'all won't be out too. I did go to sleep.
All right, well, don't fall asleep.
No, I'm right here.
And Doc, we're going to hurry up and go through it so we can get some commentary from Mr. Ford for at least one more schedule. Let's go, Mr. Campbell.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I want to make something quick. Here's the thing, I'm going to say something. I think what people are sleeping on, the person that has the quarterback that has the most skill and the most experience is Grambling's quarterback, Miles Crawley.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you something too. I was down there during those championship years of Grambling. People could talk about Eric Dooley as a head coach, but I'm gonna tell you what Eric Dooley is a hell of an offensive coordinator.
Yes, he is.
I'm gonna tell you that I saw that man practice day in, day. I was at Grambling every week, and I saw what that offense he installed. And I'm gonna tell you something. Crawley, Kincaid, to Mr. Ford's point, similar type of quarterbacks. Nobody thought Kincaid was gonna be as good. So I'm just saying, people, they got the best quarterback coming back because he's played and he can throw that football. So with that being said, let's get at it. So let's see here. We got Louisiana Raging Cajuns. They'll lose that game. Grambling, Tuskegee. Grambling will win that one. I'm going to take Grambling over Texas A&M Commerce. Cause I think I got them mixed up with somebody else. So shout out to PV versus everybody because I got them mixed up. I was thinking about another school down there. But there you go. So I'm taking Grambling on that. Jackson State at Grambling. I think Jackson State goes down there and gives Grambling get a head knock on that one. I think Jackson State wants to go down there and win that one. Prairie View and Grambling, again, that's in Dallas. Prairie View is rolling. I think Prairie View wins that game. Now, here's my upset alert. I think Grambling beats Alcorn. I think I got Grambling beating Alcorn. I think that's my upset. I think I told you guys that when we talked about Alcorn. Yeah. Grambling versus Arkansas Pine Bluff, I've got Grambling. I've got Grambling beating Texas Southern. I've got Grambling losing Bethune-Cookman, but Bethune-Cookman is my sleeper. And I'm going to say this again, and Mr. Ford, Bethune-Cookman was beating Grambling when Grambling was making their Celebration Bowl runs. And they have been Grambling, but I think they've been Grambling 2 out of 3 times since we've been in the SWAC, if I'm correct. So that's going to be a good game there. I've got Alabama State beating Grambling on November 9th. I've got Grambling beating Alabama A&M, and I've got Grambling finishing out the season beating Southern.
Ooh, that's a 7-5.
I think I like what Grambling's doing. Yeah. And the reason, and remember this, I keep telling you, quarterbacks make a difference in the SWAC.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Quarterbacks make a difference in the SWAC. And Eric Dooley, so again, you guys can zero and goose egg Dooley, but I'm telling you, I saw that man firsthand when he was just, and all he has to do is focus and talk in that quarterback room with Miles Crawley, they're going to dial some things up.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Says A&M done beat Grambling 2 years in a row.
And I told Jay White that they only win in 2 SWAC games, so they're not being Grambling this year. That I can tell you. I'm telling you. Okay, you guys are sleeping on Miles Crawley and Eric Dooley. Yeah. I'm so Prairie View versus everybody and Jay White. We already got a bet. If you want to put your money on Alabama A&M on that Thursday, please let me know. I'll be right here, and I don't lose bets.
Doc, what you got? Grambling.
All right, so you said the Raging Cajun is the first game. They'll take an L. Second game, you got Tuskegee. I got Grambling winning big on that one. A&M Commerce.
They were literally 1-9 last year.
They were 1-9, but shoot, I don't know. But I go Grambling. Close, not by a lot, but close. Jackson State, we go in there, try to beat you by 40, but we know we're gonna leave out of there by at least a 10-point win. Right. State Fair Classic. Prairie View is giving Grambling an eviction notice again. Against Alcorn. I had Alcorn winning this game because I kind of did say Alcorn can go into the hole, try to win this game. Pine Bluff, they will beat Pine Bluff. Texas Southern is down at that soccer stadium. They'll beat TSU. Bethune-Cookman, that's the game that's the sleeper game right there. Daytona. I'll go with the Wildcats. Alabama State. Down in the hole. I'm gonna go with Bama State by 3. A&M. Oh, they'll beat A&M. By that time, Maynard done already got his Mayflower truck to move his stuff back to North Carolina. And then the Bayou Classic, I got Grambling in the Bayou Classic.
Okay. So I counted 5. I counted 7 and 5. Yeah, Alabama State. You had them losing to Bethune. You had them losing to Alcorn, losing to Jackson State, and losing to the Raging Cajuns. So you
Losing to
got
Prairie View too.
Oh, losing to Prairie View too.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you got them 6 and 6. See, it's a lot of 6 and 6 and 7 and 5s over here on the SWAC West side.
And that clock's about right because all those teams in the last 3 years have been exactly that.
Yeah, they have.
So honestly, that clock's about right.
The East, if you win the East, you win the SWAC.
But we already said that the de facto SWAC championship game is FAMU and Jackson State, October 19th.
Point blank period.
Yeah.
So out of the West, it just don't matter. It's between, to me, like I said, it's going to be between Prairie View and Alcorn. Because I don't see no other team try to go up against them like that.
You don't see no other.
Not in the West.
But then the thing is, like, you would want for your SWAC championship to be competitive. Good Lord.
That is true. That is true.
All right, so we're going to move right along to the 2024 UAPB schedule. This particular schedule, it should move a little bit quicker just because UAPB is still building. It's a tough thing to be able to recruit in Arkansas Pine Bluff. They've been struggling as of yet, and having to build that program from scratch and then having a not so good first season. Now you building again. So we're going to look at their schedule, but I'm pretty sure that for the most part, like, the schedule's going to go pretty quick. So, because it just will. We won't have that much commentary about UAPB. So they're going to play Arkansas Razorbacks. That's their first game. Damn. Their first game is Arkansas Razorbacks. So we all know that is going to.
Let's give up a big old pig suey. Let's call them. Hey, Mr. Ford. What they say? Call the Hogs.
Oh yeah, pig suey.
Mm-hmm.
Frank Grove.
Next, they have Arkansas Baptist College. They're NAIA, so they should win that.
And that's an HBCU too, to be remembered. So they'll beat the brakes off of them.
Dang, you saying it all hype?
They'll beat the brakes off of them.
All right,
it's ABC. They'll beat them to death.
All right. I see that they've got a couple of games in Arkansas, so that's good. Of course, they have the Southern Heritage Classic. We ain't gonna be bitter in the comments. We're, I don't know. I'm gonna rock with UAPB this game.
Oh wow.
Eddie George has had way too long to build that program up, and show me. I'm from the Show Me State. Show me something. He had a really good offensive coordinator, and then somebody from the FBS snatched them right on up. And he's just, what do you have? Draylon Ellis. He's had. I'm not gonna say he's gonna become like Texas Southern, where you had a possible decent quarterback and you weren't able to build your team, but goodness, like, I'm rocking with the SWAC on this one. All right. So next we have Central Arkansas Bears. I don't really know that much about Central Arkansas. Let me see their overall wins versus losses. They're in the FCS, right? UCA Bears. I don't know enough about them. Y'all know about them?
They won 7 games last year, and I think and the only reason why I even know about them, my boy son played at Tarleton. I know they lost to Tarleton in a close game.
They were 7-4 overall. Damn, they scored 31 points at North Dakota State. They scored 30. So
that's an ass whooping. They're gonna put ass whooping on them.
Belt to ass. They beat SEMO, Stephen F. Austin. They beat North Alabama. Oh yeah. And they beat Eastern Kentucky. Yeah. So, and that's at home. Damn. All right, so they're gonna lose that one. I got them losing to Alcorn, losing to Prairie View, losing to Grambling. Didn't the Valley beat them last year?
That was Valley's only win last season.
And that's
and it was Valley's homecoming.
And do you know what they did? They scheduled them for their homecoming. So Valley's coming back to Arkansas for their homecoming. So I think they'll pull out a win this year for that. They'll lose to Jackson State. I think they'll beat Alabama A&M.
Boy, they beat Alabama A&M. Jay White don't need to come back on here and say nothing.
I think they beat Alabama A&M. They're going to lose to Southern. I don't even know nothing about Texas Southern. I feel like they might be able to pull out a win with that too. So I got them winning. Let's just count how many games I got them winning. Texas Southern, Alabama A&M, Valley. I got them winning 6 games. 6-6. That is very optimistic. So I'm going to say 6-6 or 5-7. Everybody else is
depending on who their quarterback is.
Everybody else is definitely going the opposite direction. Mr. Ford,
yes.
How many games you got UAPB winning?
Valley? Can they beat Valley?
They got whooped by Valley last year, but they're playing them for homecoming.
Because I looked it up. Valley got some money. Not Valley. Prairie Bluff has some money.
Well, then
I can't remember what the exact figure for athletics is, but it wasn't the lowest. I saw the guy on television. He got a lot of enthusiasm, but I don't know.
Ooh, Mr. Moore said that they have 1, 2, 3. He's got 3 wins on here. Texas Southern.
Okay, yeah, I could see them beat Texas Southern.
Valley and then Arkansas Baptist.
Yeah. Yeah, I can go with that.
Doc, what you got?
I'm going 2-10.
2-10? Which 2 games are they going to win?
Arkansas Baptist and probably Valley.
Dang. Mr. Campbell?
Where is that Texas Southern game at?
All the way at the end.
I'm talking about where is it located at?
Oh, okay. That Texas
Is it in Houston?
No, it's in Arkansas.
You know what? I'm gonna have to go with my man Moore. I think that gives them their 3rd win. I'm not sold on Texas Southern. I think Texas Southern is going to have a rough one. I think they're going to have a rough season. So I think just like they'll beat Valley, they'll beat Arkansas Baptist, and they'll beat Texas Southern. I think that'll be a successful season for them.
Okay. All right. Well, damn. Only winning 3 games? Sheesh.
Better than 2.
Who winning only 2 games, Mr. Ford? I mean, Mr. Campbell.
Valley, right? We got Valley. We got Valley only winning 2. Well, we haven't done Valley yet, right?
You said that Alabama A&M is only going to win 2 games.
No, I said they're only going to win 2 SWAC games.
Oh, okay. They're going to win 4 games, only 2 SWAC.
Yeah, they're going to win 4 total. They're only going to win 2 SWAC games. But that I stand on. And why they bragging, and they only won 3 SWAC games last year. But okay.
Oh my goodness!
And now they're gonna win the SWAC East, right?
Hey man, they said the SWAC championship goes through Huntsville.
That's right, the SWAC East.
You know what's funny? According to PV versus everybody and Jay White, the SWAC championship is Prairie View and Alabama A&M. Now, how many people you think gonna show up at that game? And how many people gonna watch that game? 8, 9. Woo! Oh, that's rough right there.
Oh,
that's
Lord.
Rough, man.
So y'all must think that Grambling and Southern is able to bounce back, even though they have new coaches as well.
But for the SWAC, we need those 2 teams to be dominant. We need them to be.
Yeah, go ahead, Mr. Ford. Go ahead.
I was just saying we need Southern and Grambling for the West because of tradition, legacy, fan support, name recognition. We need those 2 schools right there to pick. See, the West is too far down. Grambling and Southern can bring the West back. Like I said, I ain't got nothing against Prairie View. But Prairie View don't have that kind of support that Southern has. Now, Prairie View has an outstanding legacy in history, Billy Nix and what he did and all of that. But like Doc said, them people at Prairie View don't care about 2 games. All they want to see is homecoming, and they want to see the game in Dallas. Southern is not like that. Southern carries a crowd everywhere they go. We need Southern and Grambling to take over that West. That's what we need.
All right, so we got Texas Southern up on the clock. And like you said, Mr. Ford, you don't really know that much about Chris Dishman or his recruiting efforts.
I don't know. And I was a fan of his when he was Houston Oilers, but I don't know anything about him as a coach. And I don't even know anything about his staff. I tried to look them up. I know that some of them have experience on the NFL or professional level, but I still can't get a feel of what's there.
So, and then they had a real late start. And
I agree with Mr. Campbell. See, when you start like that, and you got a real late start and all that comes into play during the season. That will get you beat to death because you're not organized, you're not ready.
So, that'll be 10 in a row against Prairie View that they lose to. And then they'll lose the Rice, and then even Lamar would get them.
I just looked up Lamar. Lamar beat last year. They beat Houston Christian, Northwestern State, which those 2 weren't necessarily good, but they beat Selah, Texas A&M Commerce, McNeese. So they're kind of playing some of the same teams, but they've been winning. So you got them losing to Lamar too?
Yep. They in Beaumont too?
Yep. What about Jackson State?
Oh, by 40.
Virginia Lynchburg.
Oh, they'll be that's their side chick right there.
What? Their homecoming side chick?
Mm-hmm.
Southern.
Oh, Southern probably. You know what? I give Texas Southern the edge on this one. I still don't see Southern winning because Texas Southern has always had issues with Texas Southern. Even when they Southern won last season, it was by close because TSU just basically kind of self-destructed towards the last 4 or 5 minutes of the game. Grambling, they did beat Grambling in the hole last year.
Ooh.
And this game, that game is in Houston, right?
Yep.
Yeah, but I don't see I don't see them winning this game now.
FAMU.
Oh, FAMU. Mr. Campbell, how many? By 40?
Well, us fam. Oh man, listen. Let me tell you something. We got the walk-ons playing in that game, bro. Easy. That's 50 right off the rip.
50 points.
We are going to beat them boys like a drum.
They got Alcorn the next week.
In the morning.
They put 40 on Alcorn last year.
Ooh, this is definitely a get-back game. Definitely a get-back game. Who you giving?
Yeah, we had to do a crime report on that loss. I couldn't even find G to do the crime report.
Boy, we had to put an ATD out on.
We had, I don't, like I said again, not to cross, but everybody knows when I do a crime report, we had to put an APP out for G for that game.
Good Lord.
So they was closed. They were closed like Chick-fil-A that Sunday.
We had to do a wellness check. Definitely a wellness check. Oh my goodness. They beat them to sleep and beat them right up on out the SWAC championship.
And then they got Bethune-Cookman. That game is in Houston.
Yep.
Bethune-Cookman by at least by 14.
Good Lord. Okay, then they got Pine Bluff in Arkansas.
Pine Bluff. They'll beat Pine Bluff. Because we already said Pine Bluff only winning 2 games.
All right, so Pine Bluff, that's one. Well, I think Texas Southern was one of the games that we said they could win with. All right, so Pine Bluff, you have them winning that. You got them losing to Bethune, losing to Alcorn, losing to Florida.
I didn't say lose to Alcorn. I said the way they did it, they won. But yeah, they will lose to Alcorn this year.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you got them 5 and 7. That's not too bad for a first year, though. Is it a 5 and 7?
That's excellent.
That's pretty good.
Well, considering that they were 3 and 8 last year, this is Texas Southern we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
They were 3 and 8 last year. So y'all giving those guys a 2-game improvement? Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, what are you giving them, Mr. Campbell?
Yeah, well, let's go at it. Let me see. I've got their schedule pulled up right here. No, do I not? Try to pull it. Yeah, I got it right here. So we've got them. Their first game is against Prairie View, right? On August 31st. So I got them losing that game. I got them losing Rice. I got them losing to Lamar. I got them losing Jackson State. They'll get their homecoming win against Virginia Lynchburg. I got Southern beating them. I've got Grambling beating them. I got FAMU beating them. I've got Alcorn beating them. I got Bethune-Cookman beating them. And like did I not say Arkansas Pine Bluff was going to get that squeak win?
Yes.
Yeah. So what is that? They get what?
1.
1. Yeah. I think they're regressive. I don't see where you get 5 on that schedule. I don't see it. Every game, I'm gonna tell you something. They will not be favored in any one of those games, other than that Pine Bluff game and that Virginia Lynchburg. I guarantee that.
Well, hey, at least that schedule ain't like it was last season, where they had 2 FBS teams on their schedule and got railroaded. They went up to Ohio and got destroyed.
Yeah, they were. Because I'm sitting up here, they were 2 and 6 in the conference. And now you're talking about that upheaval. And like I said, again, we're talking about a coach that came in late. Again, Mr. Ford, like I said, and Mr. Ford has worked with these various assistant coaches and follow that. We can't even track some of the guys that you get excited about when you're building a staff. You know, again, I just think Texas Southern is going in reverse. And I think, again, this goes back to the thing. They should have hired Fred McNair.
Yeah.
This is the thing about it. When I'm going to Mr. Ford's point, you can't have that level of ineptitude Well, you got a coach that has a name that people would think about this. If they had hired Fred McNair, would we be talking about the excitement down there at Texas Southern?
Right.
Yeah, you probably we would be talking about excitement. We'd
Yeah.
be talking about them trying to win the West.
Yeah, and the recruiting and all that. So I don't see again. I think they're going. I think they're going in a very bad direction. I think Texas Southern again, and again, I know a lot of Texas Southern alumni. I mean, a lot of them. I do a lot of business down there in Texas, and they are not happy. They are not happy about anything that's going on down there.
One game, Mr. Campbell.
I gotta say, I don't see they will not be favored, but in 2.
That's they homecoming side chick.
And Alabama I mean, and Arkansas Pine Bluff. I don't see them beating anybody in the conference on their side, other than Arkansas Pine Bluff, and I think Pine Bluff might get them.
Mr. Ford. You think they're gonna have a winless season too?
Texas Southern?
Yeah, you really were just going over how the administration.
Yeah, it can happen. Yeah. See, that's what they call failing to prepare. The way they did. Like I said, I don't want to go back over that, but that was embarrassing how they handled that coaching search and that, the hiring of Chris Ditchman. That was just embarrassing. It was what we call Bush League. There was nothing professional about it. But listen, you got to do me a favor now. I've had a long day. I need to do one thing for me before I go to bed. I know you'll do it for me. Okay? Okay, this is what
Wildcat song.
No. Listen, one of my favorite singers, I saw her as a freshman when I was at Clark. She died, Angie Bofield. And I want you to play Tonight I Give In. She made a song called Tonight I Give In, I think. See if you can pull that up. Play that for me, and I'm going to go to bed. It was by, her name was Angie Bofield. She came to Clark when I was a freshman. We paid $1 to see her.
Okay. You said Tonight I Give In?
Yeah, it's by Angie Bofield. Play that for, hey, and let me say this. I went to see FAMU and Tennessee State 1983 at Bragg Stadium, and their feature song was this song right here. That was their feature song that day. It was Tennessee State and FAMU at Bragg Stadium. That was 1983. And the 100 featured this song. This was by Angie Bofield. Okay, let me hear that. And I'm going to bed. Okay, play that for me.
Play that song.
That's funny. You said Angela Bofield, the song that we used to cry laughing about, and it was great. She used to have a song, "He's Too Tough for Me."
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you remember.
Yeah.
We used to make jokes about that song all the time. Angela Bofield was a tremendous singer, but yeah, that was a song.
Yeah.
He's too tough for me.
All right, let me put the picture in front of it.
Okay.
So that when I play it, it's not. There we go. All right. Let me play this.
Why you do that, Timon?
I'm serious, Timon. That's what you call shade. That's shade.
I was blocking it out so that how I'm playing it. I didn't want them to see the things, so I had to block it out. I've never heard this song before, so you teach me.
Oh, it's a classic. It was a classic.
All right. Let me see if it'll play.
Yeah, play that fun.
Yeah.
OBG used to look like Angela Bofield to me. Now I think about it.
Yeah, it's see, it was Angela Bofield.
beautiful
listen,
song.
That was 1983. And when you get a chance, you should hit 100. Play it. Well, when are you coming back? When's your next show?
Thursday.
Okay. Listen, y'all have a good night.
Ask me where my next show is, and then you ain't even come on till 2 hours.
I told you I was at I went to the Atlanta Braves Detroit Tigers game.
Did we win? First of all?
Yeah, the Braves won. It was 2-1. But listen, they don't have no outfield. They have no outfield. Them guys are not in high school yet. Yeah, and the guy Harris is out too. He's on the injured list too. And so they playing. What's this guy? Duval he's not even. I don't think he's in 100. They got a guy that they got from Seattle. He's hitting in the leadoff spot. He's decent, but he's not a great outfield at all. And then they brought up another kid in left field. So I'm hoping that they're ready for this Harris kid to get back, man. But listen, y'all have a good night.
Good night.
Okay.
Y'all, did we even get to finish everybody? Who we got left?
Well, ahead. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, we do have to get to Southern.
That's all we have left is Southern.
Yep. And Valley. We didn't do Valley, did we?
Valley's in the East.
Oh, yeah. I keep forgetting Valley's in the East. Right. Yeah, Southern.
I'm surprised the Arsenals ain't they look like they just like to talk mess in the chat. What a way to finish with Southern. You know, it's always great to talk about Southern, and you know, I'm gonna really enjoy this last little segment here. This will be the conclusion of our show. Due to Mr. Ford's request to play that lullaby for him so that he can go to sleep. If he would have stayed on here for about 5 more minutes, I promise you he would have been asleep. But my YouTube, this live is gonna get flagged. So if you want to send $2 to $3, $5,
you better cut that. You better clip that and then cut that part out.
All you gotta do is just trim it out.
Yeah, just trim that out.
I gotta trim it out. Yeah, taking up, but you know, Mr. Ford, you know, he wanted his lullaby, so I went ahead and I've never actually heard that song a day in my life.
Yeah, you wouldn't. That song, I was in high school when that song came out.
Julian said that he in the bed. Well, it doesn't matter because it wasn't like Southern could put up a fight anyway. So let's go ahead and get into this mess, this good old mess. If you are, this is just a trip down memory lane. A couple of things to remind Southern that we are their pappy. All right.
Phoebe versus Edward says, trim them lies that Mr. Ford was spewing as well. That's funny. No censorship here, sir.
He's got one man to beat. Can he get in? Yes, sir.
Wait, what? What did y'all didn't even get to see the I gotta put it on the video. I'm sorry, y'all. I was getting ready to show you Jackson State, Sun, and Southern. We've been having Southern's number for the last 4 years. Getting ready to be 4 years. The Southern, they ain't been able to shake back. You think they'll be able to know something with McNair on their team now?
Nah, they ain't been right since Big Worm left to go to Norfolk State.
With time, gets rid of it. And oh, what a move by Rico Powers. And Rico Powers just needs a block, a little bit space. He's got one man to beat. Can he get in? Give it to him. Yes, sir. Turn on their drive as they try to answer Harold Blood, who is stood tall. Oh, it's intercepted in the end zone. That's Keevrick Wiggins. And Wiggins. And Mulligan, stiff arm, sees a hole and hits hole. Touchdown. Irv Mulligan, Southern. I just get this unset feeling, right? As this one is takeoff. Hold up. Wait a minute. Andre Hunt. What a move. Oh, baby, to the house. Yes, sir.
Tiffany Green, FAMU Rattler.
What happened?
Tiffany Green, FAMU Rattler. Just want to make sure we acknowledge that. Doing the play-by-play.
Oh Lord. You had to represent the greatness, right?
No question. Yeah, let's get on to the picking of the band school. Let's get this band school pick.
Dang, so it's only gonna be a band school?
That's all they Southern care about.
Well, you know what? It's interesting that you say that because today when I was on Twitter talking noise, the Arsenal, Mr. Julian, he definitely was pointing out his band. So you're right. Yeah. All right. Dang, how did you know that it was going to be that? All right, so they played McNeese first, Mr. Campbell. In Lake Charles, Louisiana.
Go ahead, Doc. Go ahead.
McNeese, they will lose to McNeese.
Damn!
I'm sorry, they lose to McNeese. I think McNeese got better this year for this coming up season. Savannah State, they'll win against Savannah State. We're gonna try to put 40 on them in the vet. Prairie View
and we're gonna win with the band too.
Prairie View said they're gonna win the fight and the football game. Nickel State said Nickel State said this is Thibodeau North, so they'll win that game.
3.
Texas Southern and Southern. I did say I got Texas Southern winning close, but to what Mr. Campbell just said, shoot, I might not even think Texas Southern will win this game. Hell, can we call this a tie?
All right.
I got Alcorn beating them.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
They got a lot of
How many games in a row have y'all beat Mr. Cameron? How many games in a row have y'all beat FAMU? I mean,
Southern at least 8.
8.
We like 9-1 in the last 10 games.
Okay, so
damn, in the last almost decade they've been losing.
Make it 10-1.
All right, Alabama A&M.
They'll probably win that game.
All right, Bethune-Cookman in Baton Rouge.
Bethune got them.
Damn. UAPB.
Southern.
And then Grambling.
Grambling by 30.
Oh, you got them going 5-7 this year.
No, I don't.
You only had them win 5 games.
I'm having winning 2 games.
No, you had them winning Savannah State, Texas Southern, Alabama A&M, UAPB. Oh, that's 4. I want to say you had them winning 5. So they're going to be 4-8. You have them only winning 4 games?
Minus 2.
Damn. Mr. Campbell, is Southern really that bad this year?
Listen, let me start with this. Let's start by all the positives. The Dancing Dolls, their law school, engineering school, and they got a great nursing school. That's all the positive stuff. Now let's get to the negatives. This schedule. Let's go. Let's roll this thing up. Who's this big play? Yeah, roll it up. Start it up again. I didn't pull it up on my screen. So
McNeese.
They'll lose to McNeese.
Damn. Savannah State.
They'll beat Savannah.
Jackson State.
Jackson State by 40.
Prairie View.
Prairie View by 30.
Nichols.
Give me Nichols.
Texas Southern.
They'll beat Texas Southern.
Alcorn.
I told you the Braves are coming out and they're getting that W.
The Rattlers.
Don't even come down I-10. Just like I say, Jesus, just say you gas. Bring the band so we can have some enjoyment for the 100.
Oh my gosh, Alabama A&M.
Well, here's the thing. I got to pick Southern because I said Alabama A&M was only going to win 2 SWAC games, so I got Southern here.
Bethune.
Hey, Wildcats, let's go.
Damn, UAPB.
I got them beating UAPB.
And then Grambling.
I told you, man. I think Grambling going because Grambling should have won the last 2 Bayou Classics.
You got them losing 8 games.
I got them lose how many?
8 games.
Yeah. Okay. They only won. Okay. Again, you guys acting like Southern won. Southern was 6-5 last year. Okay. It was 6-5, and 2 of those games in the conference that they played Jackson State and lost. They played Alabama State and lost. That didn't count. Yeah. I got them 4-8. I don't think, like I said, this is a rebuilding year for them. This is a rebuilding year. And like I say, no Southern people, and I will say this again to all you Southern people, I have taken y'all money every year since we've been in the SWAC. If y'all want to keep donating to FAMU's Athletic Association, please, my number is public. Google me. I'll take all y'all money. I'll take all y'all money. Southern is not going to be good. I'm not sold on no Biden. I'm like Mr. Ford. Now, here's the thing. Do I believe Southern has talent? Yeah, I believe that. I believe they got talent, but I believe everybody's a little bit better.
What about the coach?
So they're not, because here's the thing. They're not going to beat Jackson State, right? They're not going to beat Prairie View. They're not going to beat FAMU. So the games, so here's the games I went on the outlier, right? So Alcorn, so that's a homecoming, right? So let's just give them that win. That'll give them 5, right? The tip game, because Bethune-Cookman is a better team than them.
Way better.
Yeah. So the tip game is Grambling. So at best they'll go 6-6.
Damn.
Yeah. So again, if anybody from Southern thinks otherwise, and like I say, Perry, Perry, that's my boy. But how many times I had to get on Perry about this? Southern, they're not going to beat the top teams. They're not. And Noah Bond is not the guy that's going to do it.
So they still are going to be looking for a quarterback.
They're going to be dump the juice in the West.
Yeah, they're going to be looking for a quarterback. Grambling's got a better quarterback. Alcorn probably is a push at probably better. Jackson State got a better quarterback. FAMU's going to have a better quarterback. Alabama State got a better. They don't play Alabama State, right? That's Alabama A&M they play. Yeah, and I got them beating. I got them beating Alabama A&M. I got them beating UAPB.
So basically, they're gonna be this year. Shut up. I'm going to play this before we leave out. Shout out to Lane. It looks like this year is going to be one of those, at least our band one type of years, which, most HBCUs, when you have a little slump or whatever, that's what we say. Thank God that we got a band, right? So this is going to be, so I'm going to go ahead and play this. This is just to give a nod to the Human Jukebox outside of playing against, of course, Sonic Boom of the South for a great year in band. Yeah. So, that's what it is. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be the year of the Human Jukebox outside of playing Jackson State Sonic Boom of the South. You guys can claim that title. At least our band won. So make sure that your band is traveling to all these games so that you can go away with a win, right? All hearts and minds are clear?
Southern folks going to be doing all that talking, and we're going to see. And do we not remember Coach Green this time, last year? Oh, I'm trying to tell you, Southern's going to win the West, and Southern's going to beat Jackson State, and Southern's going to beat FAMU. Mr. Campbell, you don't know what you're talking about. You just beat me. I said, okay.
Wrong.
We couldn't find none of them jokers at the end of the season. In Julie, we trust. Guys missing. And then what the Coach Green said, well, you know, I got to coach basketball. I ain't have time. You ain't had no problem before you coaching basketball. Like, come on, man. Come on, Southern folks. Y'all got to stand on business.
Stand on business now.
And I think this is when the president comes to. And I think this is when the chancellor for Southern come to their senses and say, we got to get rid of Bromley Banks.
Ooh.
The AD.
I don't know nothing about that.
I do, because he had made some very horrible hires in the last 4 years.
I think Terrence Graves was kind of like we ain't got the money that they requesting. Let's go ahead and do an in-house hire and get it over with.
And their AD said it. We don't have the money. He said that. I don't know why the Southern people got mad at me when their AD said that.
Their AD said it. They said we ain't got the funds.
Mr. Julian said I'm a hater. I'm not a hater.
We are not.
Never hate.
We don't have no ties to the SWAC West. Like SWAC East been beat SWAC West.
Well, okay. Well, to the Southern people in the chat. Tell us the games that you all are going to win then. That we said that you were going to lose. That's what I'm just curious about.
Don't say that. Don't do that, because them Negroes gonna say they're gonna go 12-0.
Well, that's what. See, I want to have it on record so Timona can clip it when they go what I say they go. That's all I want. I do want to get them on record.
Okay, let me see if I can find Mr. Moore, because he did post Southern's record and
more from Jackson, so he got common sense. So he really don't. I need them Louisiana Southern folks. Them ones that be drinking and eating gumbo all day. Those are the ones I want.
Nah, his looked like a little delusional to me too. He had him going like 11-1.
Oh, come on, Moore.
He had him winning against McNeese, winning against Savannah, winning against Jackson State, winning against Prairie View, winning against Nichols, winning against Texas Southern, winning against Alcorn, losing to FAMU, winning against Alabama A&M, Bethune-Cookman, UAPB, and Grambling. You got him going 11-1.
Uncle Edwin, whatever you smoking, I don't want it.
Wow. Wow. That Southern's gonna be Jackson State.
Mr. Arsenal, I would love to hear which ones you think. What games do you think you'll win? I think for sure Savannah State. I think that one. UAPB. The Bethune-Cookman game, I would think that Southern would be able to play a little bit more defensively at home.
Let me ask you a question. You're a Jackson State fan. Were you not worried going to that fourth quarter when y'all played Bethune last year?
Man,
Thank you. And Bethune is better.
I was cutting up, and I had to do a live, and we didn't have our special teams. I was biting my nails. It was so bad.
I'll keep trying to tell you guys. I remember that because I remember Zoe and them did that show after that game, and they were shook. They was like, "Wait a minute, we got to change some things." They were just coaching.
Julian, most of these folks that are currently in the chat are not JSU fans.
Oh.
You got Prairie View in here. You got Texas Southern. You have
FAMU people.
Yeah, this isn't
Alabama A&M people.
Particular live is not JSU centric. We do have JSU fans in here, but this is a melting pot tonight, and the consensus is that Southern is not going to do well this year.
No.
Hey, they're saying SU might fire Terrence Graves after the Texas Southern game. Good Lord, how you going? All right, Julian says they're going to beat McNeese. They're going to beat Savannah State. They're going to beat Texas Southern. They're going to beat Alcorn. They're going to beat Alabama A&M, Bethune-Cookman, UAPB, and Grambling State.
Okay.
8 wins.
Right. Okay. 8 wins.
Smoking.
Okay. 8 wins.
They smoking that K2. I don't know where they get 8 wins from with this squad they got.
I mean, the games that here's the thing. The good thing about it is 2 of those games that they're counting on are home games. That's Alcorn and Bethune-Cookman. So those are 2 home games. So that's the spread on it.
The thing is, last year they let folks come into their home and take over their trap. Jackson State came in there first, and then FAMU came in too.
Yeah. The good thing about Southern, which happened to them the last 2 years, if I'm correct, well, no, you guys played them early. We played them a little bit later because I don't think we played them back to back like we did the first 2 years. Because I think the first 2 years we played everybody back to back. The first 2 years, I think Southern played you all, then played us, and then the next year they played you all and then us. So, and that's never good because they're gonna get up for you guys, and then after they lose to you guys, then they're like, yeah, whatever, against FAMU. So, no, All
right, final question. Who's going to be meeting up in the SWAC championship? We already know that Mr. Campbell's going to say FAMU out the SWAC East. Who's the SWAC West? I
got Prairie View once again. I got Prairie View.
Dang.
I got Prairie View. I like that Prairie View squad. I think they're building in the right direction. I think Bubba's got that thing going. And I think they got the consistency because, again, having a coach that's been there, that has brought those teams to a championship, close to, and had been on the staff when they went and won another championship. I think that means a lot.
Doc, who you got meeting at the conclusion? Who's your SWAC East favorite and who's SWAC West?
Well, Mr. Campbell know my SWAC East favorite is us, Jackson State, and of course I would say Prairie View is my SWAC West, and we will meet at the Vet, Lionel. Not Panther Stadium, the Vet.
I got Jackson State and Prairie View. Which is crazy, right? Because the last time that Jackson State and Prairie View met in the SWAC championship, Dooley ended up going to Southern. You guys remember that?
Yeah.
I don't even think
he already has bags packed.
He went and got straight on the plane. Wasn't nobody following him like Dion, but he did a Dion, right? He just, other than the fact that he lost the game, he went and got straight on there.
Who's roster you talking about? FAMU? Well, first I'm gonna tell you what FAMU's roster is. 3 all-conference offensive linemen, our whole running back, 2 all-conference defensive backs. That's right off the rip. So we probably will have the most between us and Jackson State have the most all SWAC players. So that's called talent. Now you tell me how many all SWAC players that you all are going to have at Southern compared to FAMU.
So after art, which I am trying to get up off of here. I ain't trying to have you guys here all night, but I did want to bring this to the forefront. I had some folks in my DMs, and Mr. Campbell, they knocked it out the park, and they said, because you basically said that your offense is returning, this, that, and the third. And they said, well, wait a minute, Mr. Campbell. And this is what they said. I'm going to go ahead and read it off for you.
Okay, read it off.
Mind you, I'm not being biased. I'm just reporting the commentary. No. I wish your FAMU folks would stop lying. The team y'all had is gone. On defense, y'all lost Eric Smith, all SWAC, Lovey Jenkins, all SWAC, Javon
Lovey Jenkins, stop it right there. Lovey Jenkins is back. So I'm just saying, see, that's what I'm saying. When people don't even know, see, that's wrong. So Lovey Jenkins is back. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. You're already invalid. Go ahead.
Javon Morgan, Kamani King, Sharif Saye, Stanley Mentor, Anthony Dunn, all SWAC, Gentle Hunt, all SWAC, Dre Jones, Isaiah Major, all SWAC, Johnny Chaney Jr., all SWAC, Tevin Griffey. All these guys were regular starters and or starter games. On offense, y'all are not bringing back your entire O-line. Y'all lost 2 of your starting 5 in Cardell.
No, we did, because we got Jordan Goss is coming back. That's what I'm saying. Okay, this is what I'm going to tell y'all. If you're going to do this, know what you're talking about, because we had a guy that started but got hurt. He'll be back. So that makes 4. So you're wrong again. Oops.
Cardell Thomas and Cameron Coven, all SWAC. You also lost your lead rusher, so no, you're not bringing back all your running backs. You lost your all SWAC quarterback. You lost your top 3 wide receivers: Marcus Riley, all SWAC; Josh Shareed, all SWAC; Nicholas Dixon, and David Manigo. And you're starting tight end Kamara Young. That's 75% of your offense.
Okay. All right. And I'm going to say this again. Now, that person that sent you, you tell me your team and you tell me what you starting back compared to what we got. Because I'm going to tell you what I said again. We recruited the wide receivers, so wide receivers are not hard to replace on that. We got a quarterback that's been in the system for 4 years. We got 4 linemen that have played and started, like I said. 3 of them all conference. We got running backs. Dean and those guys are coming back. Jennings is the one that left. Okay? So be clear on that. And the defensive line, which we knew, we've already stocked up on that. But like I said, it's no problem. Whoever your team is, meet me at the game. Don't put. See, that's what I'm saying. Ain't no need to DM and you put your name on it. See, that's what I'm saying. You weak with it because you won't put your name on it. Put your name on it. If you man enough or woman enough, put your name on it. Cause I put my name on mine.
Oh.
Yeah, they ain't gonna do that. So okay, since they think they know our top 22, okay, then I know better than me. Okay, all right. You already got people wrong that you thought were gone, and they're not gone. Okay.
You wrong.
All right, y'all gonna see. I'm not even worried about it. That like I say, they won't put their name on it.
Yeah.
It sounds like probably from somebody from Southern text you that. Let's talk about your team. I bet you there's somebody. It sounds like somebody from Southern that text you that.
No, it's not EA, because if it was me, I would have had a slide ready. Okay.
Yeah, it's probably somebody from Southern. I tell you one thing. When y'all had a mass meeting, ask Ken Clark who he think they worried about.
Ooh.
Ask him and Zoe when they had a mass meeting. What's it today? Wednesday, Tuesday. When they had a mass meeting tomorrow.
It's a mass meeting.
Yeah, they had a mass meeting, and again, that's a compliment. That's a compliment.
It said straight from me. No, EA, I didn't do that.
No, okay. All right, y'all keep believing that we don't have anybody.
I would never say y'all didn't have anybody, but I mean, to get some of those kids to come back, to come back out of the portal, I know that took a lot of work. So, I mean, I figured most of your team was going to come back. I'll probably say maybe 65%, maybe 65% of the team came back from last season. But I think y'all will feel, nah, bro, if it was me, I'd put my stamp on it, partner.
No, listen, I'm not worried about. I mean, and we're all just jokes, but I just think. But I'm gonna tell you, whoever it is, all I'm saying is, listen, my number, my email, everything is about me public. I'll do this like I tell everybody. Bet me whatever your team is when we play your team, and I'll donate to your athletic fund. If you lose, which you probably will, you donate to FAMU's athletic fund. Ask the people from Southern, and I've got $1,000 out there. And we got new helmets because of y'all. So they keep betting and they keep losing.
Now, Julian, it ain't me put that out. I told you.
Yep. Alabama A&M, they bet too. They lost. That bought us some cleats.
Jay, what over here funding the FAMU?
Yeah, man. Listen, Southern and Alabama A&M have funded all types of stuff. I send that money right over. I say, here you go, coach. Here goes some more money.
Oh my goodness.
Julian, man, look, my aunt she's a Prairie View alum. My niece go to Prairie View right now. We got Panthers in the family, but
it's all love. It's all love.
I love it. I love it. They'll see.
So that concludes our show. Thank you so much for letting us know, Mr. Campbell, that those folks are wrong.
Yeah.
Wrong.
And then I kind of recruit, like I say, everybody's lost players. You know what I'm saying? Y'all lost players, but y'all had to replace them, right? So like I say, so everybody lost players. I'm not that's part of college football now. It's about how you replace them. Mm-hmm. So, and the thing about it's
just like the NFL.
Yeah. So, like I say, I'm very happy the way we recruited, and I feel like I say we got them Florida kids that's gonna rep for Florida. All 237 of them.
Oh!
You done messed me up the top of the vision. I done called the police because I'm doing a refund.
I need some of that. All right. The biggest question for FAMU is how will they be without Simmons? The new offensive coordinator talks a real good game.
Yeah. Well, that's what we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. But you know what's great? But everybody in the SWAC got new coaches other than basically. Now I'm talking about how many have winning coaches come back? Jackson State, Alabama State, and Prairie View.
Prairie View.
And
That's
then
it.
Alabama State has a new offensive coordinator.
Yeah. So you guys acting like there's some big stretch.
Texas Southern has a new offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
I think every
UAPB got a
team,
new offensive coordinator.
I think every team in the SWAC, other than I
Alabama
would say
A&M and
Alabama
Prairie View.
A&M and Bethune-Cookman.
And Prairie View.
And no, Prairie View got a new OC.
Oh, really?
He came from Campbell.
Mm.
Yeah, that's the only three. They pretty much have retained their coaching staff. So
Jay, why you acting like Musa was running like Michael Vick. Musa didn't run either. Sunshine and Sunshine didn't run either. He won 9 games.
Who is Sunshine?
The white quarterback before McKay.
I remember Sunshine.
Yeah, and he won 9 games.
Mm.
So we don't need a mobile quarterback to win at FAMU. Get the ball to the playmaker.
Basically saying that your difference maker is Willie. That's what Mr. Moore is saying in the comments.
I'm not going to argue with that. That's true. That's true.
What he's saying is that was the difference maker.
Okay. Well, if y'all think FAMU ain't got talent, okay.
He made it big time, Willie.
I talked to Coach Simmons the other day. He's doing great up there, Duke.
He's ready to return to FAMU?
No, not yet. Not yet. He got some business he got to handle up there.
Okay. Oh, Lord.
Great show, Timona. Outstanding show. You look beautiful. Look amazing.
Yes.
Good job, Doc. Awesome job, Doc.
Thank you for coming on. So
well, I told you I was gonna come. Yeah, I had to come on here to mess with these Southern folks. I knew we couldn't get to the end without Southern folks cutting up.
And he is still mad. Arsenal is in the chat going in. He's still talking about it. He's mad because of Sutton. Like
He said a lot of people in this chat don't know football. That's the problem. I tell you one thing, we do know Southern's record the last 3 years. That we do know.
Thank you, Mr. Arsenault. So that concludes our show on SWAC East and SWAC West. The next, is football. It's pre-football season, so we'll do more predictions, but they will not be this long. Make sure that you tune into the channel. I'm going to be chopping up each school, so if you didn't have a chance to catch it, you'll be able to catch your school of choice. Oh my goodness, is he speaking French? Lord. All right, then. Mr. Arsenal speaking French. Thank you, Doc, Mr. Campbell, Mr. Daryl. Is it Daryl or Darren? I want to say it's Darren. I forgot his name. Mr. Hawkins for coming on, and Mr. Ford. Everybody have a good night and a happy Juneteenth.
Juneteenth show tomorrow.
Oh, you're having a Juneteenth show tomorrow?
Yes, ma'am.
You're supposed to take a day off.
I don't never take a day off, baby. Shoot.
Okay. Yeah, so Doc that must be during the middle of the day, right?
4 o'clock p.m.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's for Doc over at HBCU Overdrive. Make sure you tune in to that particular show.
Hey, Tamona, real quick. Julian Arsenal, basically that's French for good night, fools.
He said, "Good night, you fools."
Yeah, that's what that is.
He said, "Good night, fools."
Good night, you fools. Yeah, in French. Well played. Well played, Julian. Well played.
But how is he going to be mad? Because he went, see, this is the thing about Southern folks. So first of all, he went to both Southern and Prairie View.
Oh,
and
did he?
The main people in the chat that was getting on Southern was folks from Prairie View. Prairie View versus everybody was going in on Southern. So how you going to get mad? He said, "Good night."
He straddled both lines.
Obviously not. He must be more towards Southern.
Yeah, he better be with that last name.
Mr. Edwin asked if I'm not walking. Am I walking with Miss Opal? That's early in the morning. Miss Opal Lee is 97 years old. She is getting it. That is the mother of Juneteenth. She is the one who tried to give us the holiday. She fought tooth and nail to try to give us the holiday.
Opal.
Huh?
You said you're not walking with Miss Opal?
Yeah, she's over in Fort Worth. So she's the one who actually fought to get Juneteenth as an actual holiday. And so she's 97 years old. And that woman is probably in more shape than probably half of us that's over here.
Okay. Go walk with Miss Opal.
I'm gonna get my way to Fort Worth then.
All right. Well, everybody have a blessed evening. I wonder, should I do what do you guys think? Should I play family or Southern fighting somebody, or just play music?
I think you should just play music. I think you should
play music.
I'm going to play the Sonic Boom of the South versus.
How about you play them J sets one more time? You can play that. How about that? Play them J sets.
No, they have a really good compilation. I guess it was the Boombox Classic, right?
Uh-huh.
And actually, Mr. Arsenal, matter of fact, was the one that sent it to me. And it actually is a really great compilation of the Human Jukebox versus the Sonic Boom of the South. And I guess this was before they blocked the Sonic Boom of the South from going to the middle of the it was the fifth quarter, right? And they I don't know why they did that. They should have never have let that happen. They let the boombox, or excuse me, not boombox, they let Sonic Boom of the South go to the center of the bleachers, so that it was like, instead of having us in that corner all crammed up, they went to the center. And that is the day that the massacre took place in Mumford. Rest in peace to the Human Jukebox on that particular day, because that was terrible. It was a massacre. And so that's what I'm going to play on the way out, the Boombox Classic, because we have it in the vet this year, and I'm excited for that. Let me see if I can find it. Lord. Why is Southern always fighting? They got in a fight with Prairie View. They thought we was trying to plant the flag.
Moore said it wasn't no massacre.
Who said it wasn't?
Edwin Moore, my man Moore.
He said that it was not a massacre?
He said it was not a massacre.
It was Sonic Boom of the South by a landslide. even people that were from Southern had to say that they lost that day. I'm not making it up. I think Mr. deleted it. I think he deleted it. Because you knew you was wrong for that. Man. Mr. Arsenal, why would you delete that? Oh, wait, I think I found it. I found a band video. Here it is. Boombop Classic, fifth quarter. And we'll be playing that on the way out. And you all have a blessed and wonderful rest of the week. And may God bless you and your family. All right, let me play this. I hope it plays. The boom whacks them boys twice. The sonic boom of the South needs to have some decorum when it comes to us. So why are they? I would never lie to y'all about something like that. That's what y'all don't understand. I need to get some band heads in here who knows about like what it means to have a good band show. All right. Everybody have a good night.
Good night, everybody. Great show. Happy Juneteenth, HBU family.
Peace.
Dang, Mr. Arsenal be talking mess, boy. Where is Darius at? Because it ain't no way you over here talking this much mess. I'm talking about you are 10 toes down. You held your own. I thought Adrian Crook would be in here. He's not in here either. All right. What?